Now scream queen with a million smiles. Catching all the love from around the world. Whoa. Hey Shelly, won't you shine your light, shine your light. In the darkest times, you make it bright, here bright. Live stream dreams, we're all by your side, by your side. You're doing what you do, girl, you're one of a kind, one of a kind. Shelly, Shelly, you're our live stream star, star. Keep rocking your show, no matter where you are. From the block, Jersey girl with a mouth that won't stop, no, no. Sassy, and I'm not afraid to show it. Gonna spill the tea, you better be ready for it. I speak my mind, no filter inside. Shelly's in the house, talking trash and truth, no sugar-coated blues. Something to lose. Shelly's in the house, time to break the rules. From halls to the city, I'm the queen of cool. You can handle the heat, then take the high. Shelly's in the house, drop the mic. Hey, Shelly in the house tonight. Living it up, feeling so right. Yeah. New Jersey girl, she's got that style. Live stream queen with a million smiles. And she know the love from around the world. Hey Shelly, won't you shine your light? It's time to make it right. Live stream queens with a wayside. You're one of a kind. Shelly, Shelly, you're a live stream star. Keep rocking the show no matter where you are.
Hey, everybody. This is Shelly, your mouthy mama, talking trash and truths. And you have come to Coffee and Chaos, the tear stream. This is with me, T3. It's 9:33 a.m., February 9th. It is Friday. So if you made it through this week, kudos to you. If you're just embarking on the weekend, I hope you have fun, you degenerates. I plan on having fun. I had fun all week. Fun. I always have fun. I hit a bit of a bump, but you know me. I get on here, I talk to you guys, we get over that little bump, and then I laugh until I think I'm going to pee myself, and then we're fine. So I'm just glad that y'all come along on this wacky ride with me. I don't really expect a lot of people today. That's why I put out the bring your own tissues thing, because I want them to know that there's a high likelihood that I'm going to cry. I mean, I cry every fucking stream, but sometimes it's anger, sometimes it's happiness, sometimes it's, just tenderness, and sometimes it's because I'm fucked up. Like my subheading says, I got more issues than Rolling Stone, and I do, and they're just as hard to read. Let's see. Who's here? So we have Edith was here. Love you, girl. And she dropped a whole bunch of links. Thank you very much. She was here wicked early. I'm hoping she's either working or sleeping right now. Then thank you for dropping those links, girl. Darth Hideous. What is that? All right, I know it's a song, but I don't know what it is. It's probably rap, so I'm just going to fuck it up. But it's been years since our luck ran out and left us here like broken mirrors, 10 million shards of glass and tears. It's very nice. Not entirely sure why you threw that up there, but it's a little eerie because later I'm going to make a reference to Death by 1,000 Cuts. So that was actually quite apt. Way to go, Darth. But now we're awake enough to shatter what we hate, like broken mirrors, reflections of an unfamiliar face. Well, you woke up super cheerful. If there are any mods out there, can you please drop a link to Dart's upcoming live at 12 o'clock? I'm assuming, Darth, you already threw up the promo, the trailer, thumbnail, whatever the fuck you want to call it? I hope you did. If you didn't, the fuck you been doing? Anyway, even if you just throw up his channel link for Rumble and YouTube, that'd be great. Because today is the reappearance of the Divinita. And I know that makes Darth very happy. So I'm happy for you. I hope it goes very, very well. You two always have very interesting conversations back and forth. So I'm going to look forward to that replay. I'm tempted to make sure that I'm done by 12 so I can catch it live, but it might be better if I can, rewatch. I don't like to disturb your chat. You know that. And I have tons of comments to make. And if there's no chat for me to make them, well, then I'm safe, aren't I? I just make them out loud, which is usually the better option. But anyway, if anybody could throw those links up, I'd appreciate it. Otherwise, when I get to it in chat, I will throw them up there myself. But yeah, he's doing the 48 laws of power. What law are you on? 44? Is it 44? I want to say it's 44. I'm not entirely sure. Or is it 45? I don't know. Does it have to do with the president or does it have to do with just lucky double fours? You let me know, Darth. But yeah, so Divinity will be coming back and doing that, hosting the thing with him. Not entirely sure if it's going to be the rest of the episodes or just today's, or if it's a trial run. I don't know. But regardless, they make a really good team. I enjoy their conversations. It's always fun to watch. It's like rapid. It's like watching verbal tennis back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. They keep it going. And it's interesting too, that's hard to do, to have that kind of banter and keep it lively and interesting. But they do, for some bizarre reason. They work very well off each other. I like her hosting with him a lot more than Canadians. Anyway, yes, Darth, that was for you. Anyway, so check them out, 12 o'clock. It'll be fun. Wolfram! Ow! Wipes his paws, lopes in, and howls. I'm glad you don't mess up that order because my rugs are already shit. So I wouldn't want you to drag mud in. Daisy Girl over on Rumble. I know Darth is over on Rumble too. But Daisy Girl on Rumble, she's the mod over there. She's the mod with the mostest. Winning Reality. Good morning, honey. How are you? Is that it? Oh, last, there she is. Darth said, don't mind me singing. Don't mind me. I'm singing. And you just know he said it like that. I'm singing. Lady Awesome. Grand Rising's beautiful souls. Happy Friday to you, honey. I was thinking about you last night. I was trying to manifest positive thoughts and it just wasn't working, but I was thinking of you. I almost sent you a DM, but I was like, no. I was like, let that woman sleep. Cool Gamer. Hi, honey. How are you? Glad to see you here. Glad to see you here. Get comfortable. And if you're averse to copious crying and oversharing revelations, then you might want to duck out now. Just saying. It's a fair warning to everybody, not just you. Because we're going to be talking about emotional landmines. All those little triggers, especially mine. And we're going to go over like what causes them, where they come from, possible reactions, and I'm going to detail how I react to certain things. And I think some of them will surprise you. Tartidius said it's okay to leave thoughts and comments in the comment section. Yes, especially for my rewatchers. Drop a couple words and just tell me if you liked it, if you didn't like it. You could tell me if you didn't like it. Don't be surprised when I come back at you, though. Just kidding. You can put it. I just say, well, bless your heart. Thank you. And I move on. And remember, in the comment section, if there's stuff you want me to do, like shows you want me to do, topic specific, Tell me. I love making lists, and then I choose from those lists of different things that I want to talk about. Usually I talk about things that are extremely recent so that I can work through them faster. They don't have time to fester. They don't have time to sit there and germinate in my brain and grow roots and never want to leave. I usually describe like negative things as like spider webs. It just kind of like evolves out of just this one little thought that's just sitting there, and it's just, oh, it's so busy, knitting. And then pretty soon, though, that one little thought has touched everything in my brain and covered it in this intricate web that it's like fucking Shiloh's. Was it named Shiloh? Or was it Shelob? Shelob, right? From Lord of the Rings. Shelob was the big ass spider. Like that. My whole brain is wrapped up like that. Poor Frodo. But yeah. And the only thing that chases those thoughts away, much like with Frodo, is extreme light. So the only way I experience extreme light, well, not the only way, but the most effective way is by talking things through, putting everything out there, getting it all out, basically shaking the Etch-a-Sketch until it's empty. You can't even draw another picture. And then laughing. As long as I end with laughter, I'm happy. But I find tears quite cathartic. Some people think, oh, it's such a pussy thing to do. I don't give a fuck. I mean, you don't like it? I don't really care. I really don't. I cry if I want to cry. You want to call me pussy? Go right ahead. I can give a shit. That kind of stuff doesn't bother me. I am what I am. I know who I am. And I'm sorry for the voice because I've been awake a long time. A long time. Yes, it's 44. Oh, okay. Oh, that's awesome. You know that I love things in fours. So a 4 and a 4, that's good luck. Disarm and infuriate using the mirror effect. Turn it back on them. Be like, really? Because, oh, the way you do this or whatever, I'm going to love that one. I'm very bad at that. Like, I don't know. If it's what I think it is, I'm very bad at that. Thank you, Lady Awesome. She said, check out Dart's channel and join tonight's stream. Wait. Tonight's it said 12 o'clock this afternoon, right? Damn it. Now I gotta look. This is not going to be my usual, like, boom, 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 stream. Because I'm slightly dee today. I don't want to. I gotta look to. Oh, look at that! You're only number 4 on my subscription list. Nope, you didn't post it. Some bitch. Didn't you say it was at noon today? Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, it is. It's at noon today. I got confused. Okay. 48 Laws of Power, Law 44 with special guest Divinity. I am very happy for you. I think that's awesome. You bounced back after that whole debacle and everything. You mended fences all around. You know, it's hard to do. It's really hard to do. And I would think it would be harder to do for somebody who thinks everybody hates him. So maybe, Darth, just maybe, I'm just saying maybe, you're not as disliked as you think. So maybe you could be a little, not so defensive. Just saying. There was a big thing. You came back from it. You say, hey, I'm back. Nobody's going to talk to me. And everybody talks to you. Even people that you really didn't think were going to talk to you. It's all good now. So maybe I wish you'd find some value in that. I know you appreciate it, but don't put yourself down so much. I don't like it. What is going on with this StreamYard? Anyway, it could just be a user problem. Anyway, he said Grand Risings to last, at least for me. Anywho, oh, that's you pervert. Good morning. May the force obey you. Wolfram, don't ever say that. Lord, if the force obeyed him, we're all fucked. That it is. I mean, it's the force. It does what it's told. You're right. It puts the lotion on its skin. He said it's even funner. It's even funner luck because the last Law Divinity did with me was Law 4. Oh, look at that. It's at noon. You're right, Michelle. Yay. My apologies. My fault. No, I got confused. Girl, no. Sometimes his are 8 o'clock at night. Sometimes they're 12 o'clock in the afternoon. That's the dartiness of him. He can't make up his fucking mind. Never be consistent. Make them chase you. It's got to be one of those laws of power that I missed. I guarantee it. As it began, so shall it end. In flames? Let's hope not, because it started out fiery. Lord. Everybody hates me, and only because they read it. I hate them too if it bothered me, but honestly, don't let it. Tom McDonald's. You are so full of shit. I mean, I just woke up. Gotta. For what? It's very comfortable there. At least it's not like rolling around and being all debaucherous. Jeez. Anyway, so that's my chat. Ah, God. I can't believe it's Friday and I'm so tired. I'm tired. Like, my body is tired. My mind's like, let's go, let's go, let's go. And I'm, no. Like, you both need to get it together. What did I do this week? Winning had a really good stream Wednesday night. He covered useful idiots. And it's, I don't know, it infuriated me on one hand, and then on the other, I was like, who hasn't been somebody's useful idiot? I can't think of anybody I know of, including myself, who hasn't been a useful idiot to somebody. I mean, yeah, we're all, useful idiots to government if you look at it from their point of view, but I'm like, I did that. I fell for that. I believed bullshit. I drank the Kool-Aid. I stood up for people that didn't deserve it. I put myself out there, and I wound up with, Mimsy's favorite things, facials. So, it still makes me laugh. I like facials. She's so cute and innocent, and I laughed for like 20 minutes. That descended into a conversation about donkey testicles and moisturizing cream. So, if you're new here, this conversation can go anywhere. And the sleepier I am, the worse it's going to get. I even scripted this one. I wrote this whole bitch out. I figured I can't sleep, so I might as well just write it out. And then I was looking through it, and I was like, I don't know if I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that. It's like, fuck. So then I had to go find a scholarly thing to read to you guys. So it's like, fine. Have you had a coffee yet this morning? Do you even drink a coffee? Yeah, I had my coffee. The thing, you hear it? It's empty. It was very, very full. No, I told Katie, I was like, I need my coffee and make it a double. She was like, bad night? Bad night. Just make it a double. But then I hit the vape, and now my eyes are all little, and I'm thirsty as hell. And I know pretty soon I'm going to get the munchies, but whatever. At least I'll get through the damn stream. I've been both a useful and useless idiot, depending on certain situations. I mean, yeah, I've been there. Gutter's Pub. Good M. Did somebody say gutter? Yeah, I got accused of having my mind in the gutter. I don't know, gutter. Do you feel me? Am I in you? Because trust me, if I was, it wouldn't be my mind. Lady Awesome said, Tom McDonald, you Dennis the Menace looking ass. Oh, Tom McDonald, you Dennis the Menace. He does. Ryan Upchurch said that. Oh my God. Oh my God, he does. It's like Dennis the Menace grew up and said, fucking, I'm gonna grow dreads and like, do all this shit. Dennis the Menace all tatted and pierced up. Holy shit. That's hilarious. Got her. I feel you, baby. I feel you. She likes it when I talk like this. She likes to go on her stream and be like, hi, you've come to Gutter's Pub. It's like, okay. She made me talk like that last week. She's like, oh, yeah. Since I was on there, she was like, talk like that. I was like, oh. I was like, come on. It's like they usually used to pay me for that, but all right. We had fun, though. And then Shizzy and I went at each other with our voice off. So that was cute. But if you haven't checked out Gutter's Pub, throw that link up there. Because she does a stream every, I believe, Tuesday night, I think. Hopefully she'll maybe, do an impromptu one now and then. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think, Gutter? Anyway, all right. So let's dive in because what else is there to say? Last night we watched the Tucker Putin interview. Oh, that was just amazing. I loved it from beginning to end. Do I believe every word of it? I want to say no, but I didn't hear a whole lot of things I didn't already know. It was just kind of confirmation of the shit I already knew. And I didn't realize he knew all the stuff he knew to the degree that he knew it. That man knows his history. He went over the Russian history going back, like over 1,000 years. I want to see one of our goddamn politicians do that. Just one. And we only have, 250 plus years of history. So you should know every goddamn battle, every law that was, like, everything. Everything. And I bet you none of them know shit. She said, oh, yeah, I'm here for it. Good old Vladdy Pooter is smarter than Joe and Donald. Just saying, transgender. Hannah Montana, Brian Upchurch. Oh, my goodness. You're funny. Fucking Lass. I swear she comes out with shit. Oh, my God. You make me laugh. Whatchamacallit? Yeah, no, that Putin interview, I was so impressed. And I love how Tucker doesn't like butt in. He doesn't really like over talk. Like Barbara Walters, she used to like always have to put her 2 cents in. She'd correct them. And she'd like, shut up. I don't want to hear what you want to say. I already know your fucking opinion. You won't shut the hell up about it. I want to hear him. Especially Putin, because who the hell ever heard him? I mean, I've seen little interviews here and there, but there's so much editing. I'm like, how much of it do I trust? But this just ran. I love that he was joking around. That took me a little bit aback. I was like, oh, wow. Like, he's not defensive. He's actually joking. This motherfucker understands his position in life. Like, he knows who he is and what he's got. He's not sweating the United States. He's just not. And it's a little terrifying. I would have been less scared if he would have been like super aggressive and defensive and whatever, if he would have done the posturing that way. But he legit looked like he was ready to kick back, have a fucking cup of, like a big ass cup of vodka, a cigar, and be like, fuck it, America is nothing. Like, he really just did not give 2 shits what happened after that interview. He just let it fly. And he was like, Who blew up the pipeline? You did. Like, he joked with Tucker. I thought that was outstanding. And then, just for shits and giggles, God said, hold my beer, and made Biden go up and do a separate thing where he fucking imploded. There was a whole glitch in his matrix, and he got up there and was like, I always carry the rosary that my son brought me from the lady of nothing. He didn't even try to fucking say like a word. Sentence just stopped. I'm like, no. Of what? Like, of what? Like the lady of the lake? Like, was it the lady of Hooters? I mean, what the fuck? Like, tell me what lady? Nope. Move on to the next thing. It was like, okay. And then he proceeds to tell everybody that it wasn't classified documents. He was upset because there was a memorandum in there that he wrote, and he says, I didn't want anybody to read it because it wasn't information they should have had, and proceeds to tell you exactly what it was about. It was a personal memorandum I wrote to President Barack Obama about why we shouldn't be going into Afghanistan. Well, I'm sure Obama is so happy you blew that shit out there. He's like, great. Now they know what the memo was about, and they're going to look even closer at it. That's great that you opposed what I wanted to do and blah, blah, blah. So, and then he starts yelling. And then he walks away. They ask him another question. He comes back, like the teetering little fuck up that he is, and proceeds to inaccurately answer a question about Israel, saying that the president of, I think, Egypt, mixing him up with the president of Mexico and saying them, like, changing his name instead of like Chi-Chi or whatever, they called him Sissy. So fucking weird. But you could literally see the man just stumbling to lace together like two thoughts. It was really sad. It was really, really sad to me because I feel like they're beating up on this old man. Like, is he the devil? Abso-fucking-lutely. But at this point in his life, I don't blame him for the decisions he's making. I blame everybody else around him for enabling the decision-making of this frail, broken man. He's old. He should not be dealing with the stress of the presidency. He should be at home with the dog next to him, with a cup of coffee in front of him, looking at the waves, outside his beach house, and just waiting for the fucking Grim Reaper to say, okay, it's your time, let's go. Like, that's what he should be doing. He should have 24-hour care, somebody changing his diapers and making sure he doesn't toddle off. I had an aunt with dementia. I know how it changes them. The minute that shit kicks in, they are not the person that they were. They are not responsible. They have no accountability, and they can't be held accountable because they legit can't make decisions logically. Their brain is misfiring. It is firing over chasms where there used to be fucking tissue, or at least working tissue. So the connections aren't, they're strained. They can't make good decisions. And they have him out there doing all this shit. And they make no mistake. That press conference, that was them cutting him open, throwing him in the ocean and going, go ahead, blood and water. Let's go. Start circling. They threw him to the lions on purpose. On purpose. Now, I get that man deserved to pay for all the things he's done. But I kind of would have liked him to pay when he understood what the fuck he was suffering for. Because now it just seems like inhumanely cruel. And if he's faking it, he's the best actor in the fucking world. Give him an Oscar, Bob. Because, Lord. That was terrible. It was. But I mean, look, I was like, wow, we actually get to see like both sides of the coin in the same night. This is awesome. Terrifying, but awesome. Because on one hand, you have a man who's totally in control, poised, professional, eloquent, very charismatic, looks good, looks healthy, being open, telling us things that he ain't supposed to be telling us, but that we already fucking knew, but that our government and our media lied about. And then you have the Crypt Keeper. So you got, this strong dude over here who don't give a fuck what we do because he ain't afraid of us anymore. He's so not. He's like, go ahead, do your sanctions. Fuck you. Fuck you, America. I don't know why that came out like Eddie Murphy from Coming to America, but whatever. He's over there saying, fuck you, America, like I ain't afraid of you. And who do we have in charge? Bozo, the old retired clown. Like, oh yeah, that's great. So one of the biggest powers on the globe is not afraid of us. And let's see, does it have any connection to the friggin' Muppet that's running the country? Think they might be, like linked? I don't know. It's terrifying to me. But yeah, so there was that. And I found that very interesting, the whole juxtaposition of the two of them. It was so like learning in opposites. Like, Jesus Christ. What a lesson to the world. Because they're all looking and they're going, oh, look, this is great. Look at Putin. He's so strong. Da-da-da-da. Oh, and then look at powder over here. The man has no color left. I mean, at this point, he's going to be racist to everybody because he's not even classified as white anymore. He's just chalk. It's disgusting. It's like, Christ. I'm a little impressed, though, that his hair plugs are the same color as, the rest of his hair. I didn't think that. I thought they might be a little different, but no, they grew in well. I remember when he got them, you could see the little dark spots where they shoved them into his head. Wait, what? I can't wait till Tommy McLethal's Dat Boy. Wait, what? Oh, Lord. I missed the joke. That's all right, because I'm a little Riri today. Like you said, Les, at this point, I'm here for it. All righty. Good old Vladdy Pooter is smarter than Joe and Donald. Well, he's more controlled. He's more stoic. So he appears to be more powerful and more of a threat. And here's the thing that I was thinking. This is one of the many thoughts that had me up all night. And yes, up all night. Not even like 5 minutes of sleep. I remember Billy Joel going on tour around the world, and he did a live album, I believe, from the USSR. He went over there and he wrote the song Leningrad. And I was like, wow, this is weird. I was like, because I remember, like, I knew all the words to this song right away. We all embraced it. It is a fantastic song. It makes me cry every fucking time. Just like Good Night, Saigon. Oh, forget it. It's like tears galore. But anything patriotic or anything having to do with like love of your country, even if it's not my country that we're talking about, it always gets to me. I don't know. I guess I'm designed that way. I got brought up super patriotic. But in the 80s, like the late 80s, early 90s, there was a whole slew of embracing Russia. They were our buddies. They were our friends. And on one hand, we made fun of them. We did whatever. But then we went from never speaking about them to they were like the red people, the scary red boogeyman. And then you moved on to this like Cold War kind of thing where, oh my goodness, they're the commies. They're going to nuke us. We're going to nuke them. It's a whole thing. And that slowly petered out until we had the Mr. Gorbachev take down that wall. Ron Reagan being like all rah, like he made it happen. Whatever. They're gonna take credit. Yeah, to the victor goes the spoils. But apparently, like, I don't see how we won the Cold War, but that's neither here nor there. I don't think anybody won it. I think it's still going on. It's just low key. But there was that, and then there was this surge in, oh, the Russians are good, they're friends, it's okay, they're not a threat, they're not this, they're not that. And it only lasted a teeny tiny pocket of time. And what did America do? We made fun of them. We did. We made movies like Spies Like Us, Dan Aykroyd and Chevy Chase going to Russia and, like fucking shit up or whatever, just mistake after mistake. We had tons of spy movies, tons of KGB movies. But then, like, the music started, like embracing that kind of stuff. There were nice things. They were okay. They're still people. They're people too. They're like us. That lasted a very, very, very short time. Right, probably up until around the Persian War, or the Gulf War. And then it was right back to everything is Russia's full, Russia's horrible, Russia's this. I don't know whose fault it was. I really don't. I don't understand it. I don't know the specifics. All I know is we had our fingers in pies all over it and we didn't need them. So did we, like, is Russia the enemy because they want to overtake America, or is America butting their nose into other people's business and constantly poking the Russians and making problems for them? And they're like, you're really fucking annoying me. Like, is it justified? Do we make these enemies ourselves and then turn around and say, oh, we're the victim? Like, we have to fight back. We can't be weak. And they're trying to overpower. Like, they're a bully. Are they a bully, or are they just going about their business and telling us, get the fuck out? Somebody educate me at some point. Not right now. But that's what it had me thinking, that at one point they were not considered a threat anymore. They were at least low-key enough that we could make jokes about them, make movies mocking them openly. I just think it's weird that we took this boogeyman and then say, oh, we're just all going to make fun of, because they really aimed entertainment at that for a while, to the point where I was just, I don't give a shit. Robin Williams had like Moscow on the Hudson, and you had like TV shows with like Vladki or whatever. There was one Back to School. No, what was it? There was like a roommate one where a guy came from Russia, and then there's a whole bunch of, Russian people on TV all the time. So it was kind of like, they were trying to desensitize us, and then something didn't happen, and boop, now they're on our enemy again. That was sometime during the Clinton era, but he fucked a lot of shit up. So, but I just find it weird that we flip-flopped on them so quickly, and he seemed to be a little hurt by it. Like, you could see that he was like, I thought things were good. And then Clinton said, nope, not going to happen. And all of a sudden, we're the boogeyman again. Like, we're the bad guy. We're over here doing our thing, and you're just like, basically just look at, like poking your nose and trying to make us the bad guy. You guys, they were talking about, he said something about NATO had made a promise, NATO and the US, not to expand eastward in Europe. That was part of their agreement. And then NATO went and did it 5 times. Not once, not twice, 5 times. So they were encroaching, more and more and more until they had their nice, block of land. The old Eastern Bloc became their Eastern Bloc. And he seemed like really like, I let you fuckers get away with it, yet I'm the bad guy. I could have blown you, like, pretty much he could have blown their asses right back. And then he said about the Serbian war, like, Serbia was theirs, and we went in and we fought against them. It's like, okay. I don't know the specifics of that. I'm just going based on what he said. So it was just, it was a really weird thing. And it was upsetting to me. It was. Because I feel like our government creates problems and expects us to not only pay for them once they've pushed the other person to the point of no return, and they expect us to give up our citizens to go fight their wars. It's not like our soldiers are over there fighting to protect us over here, because there's a direct threat against us. They're going to all these different nations. They're getting sent all around as what? Aid to other people? Because they're going to die for what? So that you could hold on to some port that doesn't belong to you? So that you can help somebody take over more land they don't fucking need? I thought empires were a thing of the past. Just because you're not calling it an empire doesn't mean it's not one. The American government, they have control of a media empire across the globe. They understood, I don't have to take over your land, I just have to take over your minds. It's a lot less expensive and a lot less bloody. And then you have little, drone workers to do what you're bidding and give you all their money and give you all their labor. And occasionally you find one that, will be more beneficial at a higher thing. You raise them up a little bit. So, there's gaslighting, there's projection, there's, the continuation of the cycle of abuse. There's denying then rewarding, love bombing, and they do that. That's what that whole thing was about. And then isolating. That's what they like to do. Isolate and victimize. Isolate and victimize. Make sure everybody's against them. And the US does have flying monkeys. They have the UK, right? They have Ukraine. They have all the U's. That's what they do. They send their little flying monkeys out and they go, okay, we're going to damage your reputation and we're going to edit photos and we're going to edit videos and we're going to make you look bad. I'm not saying that Russia's good. I'm not. What I'm saying is we don't get to see the true pictures. We're spoon-fed the information that they want us to have. And that's why Tucker's interview was so jarring and panic-inducing. Because he was ripping back that curtain and saying, you know what? The wizard's got something to say. Here we go. And we got to listen to the other side. It wasn't new information. But it sure as shit was validation and reaffirmation of the shit we already thought we knew. Anyway, let me catch up in chat. I bet you Vladimir has read the 48 Laws of Power. Oh, I guarantee the 48 Laws of Power, the Art of War, the Laws of Human Nature. I'm sure he's read all of them. All of them. I'm sure he knows Nietzsche and all that. And he definitely knows Sartre because the way he talks, goddamn. I'm sure he's read all the books. I mean, just by how much he knew their history, I would love to know how much he knows on other subjects because he does not look like a man who goes and spends his time idly. He looks like a man who's like, all right, I'm going to take this 800-page book and go, have a cup of coffee and I'll be back out in like an hour. And he probably does that every day. And it's probably scheduled into his day every day. He looks structured. Like he looks like he has an alarm for everything. Like somebody tells him, oh, time to go do this. Oh, time to go do that. Oh, time to go do this. Let's go, let's go, let's go. I'm sure his itinerary is written out from the moment he wakes up. And I'm sure none of it says nap, change diaper. Tedious, I love his whole, what the fuck do you think I should do? It was funny. Not funny like haha, but it was kind of funny haha. Yeah, because he was just like, okay, yeah. Like I said, we could negotiate. They said no. I said, okay, let's go. We'll talk. We'll negotiate this out. We'll settle it 1, 2, 3. Zelensky said, oh, okay. And then Boris came in and, what the fuck's his name? Boris Johnson came in and was like, oh, the UK Prime Minister said, no. That's not going to happen. Who the fuck is you? Like, you said it's not going to happen. Okay, you pay their fucking bill. What the hell? And the part about it, he never spoke to Joe Biden after this started. I was like, wow, okay. He's like, there's context, but me? No. Like, why would I talk to him? He really looked at Tucker like, why would I talk to that man? He's brainless. Like, why? I go talk to my horse for interesting conversation. Hey, Joe Biden is president of everyone, whether you live in a red state or a green state. Yeah, or the state of denial, especially. Has he plagiarized his own memo? Yeah, pretty much. Yep, every Tuesday, and yep, I plan to do another one somewhere in the week. My earbuds are cutting out. I had to go back to hear what you said. Oh God, trust me, I know earbuds are the devil. The PO is motherfucker. Well, yeah, no, I know it's fine, girl. Or if you live in a confused state like Joe Biden, see, we think alike. If the DOJ has ruled him unable to be prosecuted for the documents because he's an incompetent old man, he should not ever have those nuclear codes. He shouldn't have the code to a locker. Jesus. I wouldn't trust him with the passcode to my phone. God. His neural pathways. Yeah, he's completely incompetent. They keep him going with lines of Coca-Cola. Yeah, that's coquito. Yeah, I know. Cocaine? Like, maybe they play like hot cold with him. That's why they found bags all over the White House. Like his personal assistant is just like, go ahead, Joe, go look for it. Go ahead, go look for it. Oh, you're warm. You're warm. Oh, you're so hot. No, now you're moving away. You're cold, getting colder. Oh, you're freezing. That would be hilarious. He's got to basically go around and find it. It's like entertaining a toddler. Instead of Easter egg hunts, they have cocaine hunts. Whatever. Allegedly. I disavow. Allegedly. Where's Pete's when I need some anti-government sentiment? You get all the anti-government that you want from me. Stop it. Biden. He's our guy. If he can't do it, it's probably a staircase. But I mean, you like a president who doesn't do shit, don't you? Or you like a president who doesn't let Congress do shit either? Or the Senate? Biden, then you should be like Biden, he's our guy. If he can't do it, great. That's an Aladdin homage, just in case you didn't get it. Joe Biden doesn't sniff black people. But if you don't vote for him, you ain't black. Shelly, me and Dart talking about rabbit battles. Ryan Upchurch dropped the diss track. Oh, somebody drop it in my Discord so I can see it. I was like, what's a rabbit battle? But that's all right. I'm not going to tell you what my stupid brain came up with because, oh, Jesus Christ. Wolfram grumbles at friggin' business meetings interrupting. I know, those jobs, man. Fuck that job. There's a comedian that said that. She was this big black comedian, Monique, doing Queens of Comedy. And she was like, oh, she's like, white girls, they know. They're like, they want, they're worried about that paper. They're like, oh, we got into a fight in the morning. They're like, no, he's got to go out there and make that money. So they do the whole kiss and everything else. And honey, I love you and everything's going to be great. Have a wonderful day, dear. And she said, Not our black ass. She was like, you give me a problem, be like, fuck that job. Girl, fuck them kids. If you got a problem and we fought and you think you're going to work, no, I'm coming to your job. I was dying. Because she put it, and I was like, I know so many people like that. Oh my God. You see, I won't go to your job unless you do something really heinous. But yeah, for the most part, it's like, all right, he went to work. Good. I'll argue with him later. Like, it's like I can wait. I'm gonna put a pin in it. I can hold on to my anger and unleash it later. That doesn't bother me at all. But apparently, she said they have to get it out. They're like, fuck that job. Fuck those kids. Fuck that man. Just fuck it all. I highly recommend it. It was funny as hell. Inya. Oh, hi, baby. Listening, but hands are nice and cramped at the moment. Yeah, you don't need to type. Thank you for saying hi. Because in a minute, I'm just going to be talking, so it'll be perfect. Nobody's got to type. Lady, I'm having a horrible typing day. Well, girl, I'm having a horrible lifing day. So we good. We both there. I get you. I feel you. I do. And you with all the hearts. Oh, I love you, honey. I want rabbit battles. My money's on our rabbit. I don't know if we got rabbit and white rabbit to go head to head. I don't know who would win. I think white rabbit would let rabbit win. But I also think rabbit would get mad and be like, bitch, fight. But I don't know. One can make her part of the barn, wire her up and shit. And the other one could wish dysentery on her. So they have varied skills, these ladies. I love them both. They have varied skills. Very formidable. Darth Hideous. And you saw the first rap battle. Tom was involved with McLethal. And do you want to tell her how the battle went for Mac? Uh-oh. See, who is McLethal? Is he dead? That's why nobody knows who he is. I don't know who these people are. What the fuck? It's not just anyone. Upchurch is my favorite troll. Oh, lovely. He's the one that goes, I think we got a super chat, isn't he? I want to say that's him. I usually look Upchurch, but I wasn't sure is this. Not when you know it's going to hurt people. And he knows. He's old enough to know better. That's my opinion. Nothing against Upchurch personally, but I'm not the biggest Tom stan ever. But after seeing what Tom did to old Dave, I don't think that was smart on Upchurch's part. And his diss was not that good. Oh. Mediocre at best, just like everything up to. Wow. With the scathing remarks. Darth don't pull his punches. All right. One thing I was led about with my daughter and her little friends, you can't go around saying that, or a real one is going to beat your ass before I do. Well, yeah. That is true. I'm the odd one that doesn't really like Mr. McDonald. Give him another chance because Darth and Lady Rackets. Aw. At least you gave him another chance. I like second chances. Some people just don't deserve them. I also think he didn't sell out to the left. He sold out to the right in the same industry. Sorry, but Lady Ballers was fucking dumb. Oh my goodness. And we're back to Putin. Putin is very pragmatic when it comes to the way he runs his country. I'm pretty sure he never wanted this war. No, it's just an expense for him. It's a bother. He's like, we have to fight because I have to make it kind of fair. He was like, I could just wipe you off the fucking map. Yeah, I'm skipping ahead because all the Tom stuff I don't understand and I'm too tired. Hey, bud, what's up? Hey, biatches. Biatch. Again, Tom, Upchurch. Prove it. They're having a whole conversation. I want to do Easter at the White House then. Look, mommy, I found a white egg with crystals. That's called the 8-ball, bitch. Give it back. That's expensive. Like, look, I found one that's blue. That's crystal meth. Give that back too. Come on. No, none of that is for you. You're in the wrong garden. This is the adult's garden. Go in the other one. Oh my God. Could you imagine? Jesus. Thank you, lady. Oh, I'm still 35 minutes behind. Girl, I'm 6 minutes behind in chat. Woo! Do something really anus. What? I'm not saying that word. Don't do that at your job. Well, I had it at. Wow. Did you not think I sounded weird at 70, like 3/4 speed? Was I talking like this? Because then I just sound like, oh my God, what's his name? What's his name? Elmer Fudd. When he's chasing Bugs Bunny. Come back here, you rabbit. Gossamer. Gossamer is, did you guys know that Gossamer is my absolute favorite cartoon, like, character ever? Most people don't even know who Gossamer is. Gossamer is the big heart-shaped red beast in Bugs Bunny. The one that, he's all ferocious and everything. And then, Bugs Bunny does his hair in little curlers and bows and whatever. I love him. I think he's great. Yeah, and his name is Gossamer. He's my favorite of all time. Don't do that. You're done. He is old. That's one thing, but him sniffing the kids, another thing. Don't understand why everybody's cool with that. I am so not cool with that. So not cool with that. At all, in any way, shape, or form. Everybody here knows that. I don't see how you punish somebody who doesn't remember anything that they did. Because then to me, you're punishing like an empty slate. Like there's nothing there. Granted, he didn't feel remorse, but can you really be punished for something if you have no memory of it? Like if they lobotomize you and you no longer know that you committed these atrocious crimes, but you're getting you're locked up and you're not allowed to talk to anybody, everything, and nobody tells you why. Or if they do tell you why, they're telling you you're a monster and you have no memory of it. Isn't that too cruel? See, that's an ethics thing, I guess. I don't know how you would deal with something like that. That's why I don't want to. Yes, do I blame him for the things he did? Absolutely. Is there anything I can do about it? No. Except for his attempts to retain power. That's about all I could do. Because I think punishment is off the table. And they wouldn't have let it happen even if he was fine. But I think just blocking his path to continuing and to getting worse, that's the only step that we could really take. It's like when somebody gets too old to drive, you take away their keys. You don't hit them with the car. You take away the keys. So, all right, he's not going to get hit with the car. Take away his keys. And then we're stuck with friggin' Dumbzilla over there. She's a fucking train wreck. And if they install her as president, who becomes vice president? Who? Is it the Speaker of the House? Because, oh, Jesus. Can they just install someone? Because what if they pick somebody like Michelle Obama? It's just like, Barack 2.0. That's his buddy. No, it's so much for the morning. Jesus, when I haven't slept. I don't think White Rabbit and Rabbit would ever fight. They're both too nice. I know. I'm just saying, if we could, God, dark, in an alternate universe, Jesus. I don't know who would take who. They might team up and beat up the expert, though. He got it coming. There you go. There's an idea. I like that game plan. I do. Let's turn everybody. Come on, Rabbit and White Rabbit. Beat up the expert. But wait till he feels better first. I heard he's sick. I'm going to put a short in music, part of Discord that had me rolling last night. Okay. use that Discord as much as you want. T-Rex just made me make the meme section adults only. So I really don't know what's in there. And I don't know if I'm going to visit it later and find out. But I'm hoping that he didn't like pick up toy box syndrome. Because that would be bad. That would be bad. Your fantasies are whack, Darth. Yeah, well. Going good, Darth. We're on Rumble's front page again. Really grown in the last 3 months. That's awesome. The F stream, that is awesome. Those hip thrusts, Jesus. I know, Daisy, I'm so psyched for the boys. That's why I'm always engaging on the Rumble side. I hate the time slot change since Scott moved. I like prove it from up church. Yes, Darth. Tactical Joe seems very fond of you. They showed an old SNL skit. Reagan, very interesting. Showed Reagan meeting with someone. Then after they leave, a hidden team that is really running a show comes out of the back room. Oh, okay. That's cool. They used to do all sorts of skits like that. Like telling you what's really going on, but making it like, satire. But it's really actually going on. There's a bunch of so-called war criminals in jail, old as hell. Yeah, well. Notice they used to drag the mafiosos off no matter what age they were. Dolio is my favorite out of everybody. Toy box syndrome is not contagious. Thank goodness. he was born that way. What are you, fucking Lady Gaga? I was born this way, baby. Oh, Christ. All right. So, yeah, I thought that was very interesting, but it did keep me up. I mean, a lot of things kept me up last night, but that was one of the things on my mind. Because I was like, Jesus, we look like clowns. I mean, we used to stand for something. Now we just stand for stupidity. They used to be like, oh, look at our little cousins learning how to walk. That they were like amused, but more bemused than, like mocking us. Now it's just, Jesus. I swear to God, if I didn't live here and love this country so much, I would never want to come here. I would never trust the government here. It's like me trying to think about going to Canada. I would love to visit Canada. Not now. No. I stay away from Canada. I want to go the other way. I mean, they say you're born with the gi. I know. Speaking of gi, did anybody see Nikita? Jesus. Look, I went full Russian. Nick Ricato. Oh, I called we should call him that now, Nikita. He could be Russian. He could be Ruski. He looks a little Russian. It's the beard, I think. But anyway, anybody see his show last night? He's been canceling a lot lately. It worries me. We used to stand for something. Now we fall for anything. That's right. You're absolutely right. And did you notice one of the things that Putin said that aggravated him the most? You could see it bothered him. He said the Ukraine was attacking the Orthodox Church within the Ukraine. So he said, how best to get control over people? You take away, basically you take away God from them. And that orthodoxy unified them with Russia. And he said, you take that away and you break ties and you move them further and further and further from their connection to their motherland, to Mother Russia. So it made sense to me because they did it here. They're like, oh, no, we'll attack religion. We'll attack especially organized religion because God forbid any of you congregate, the way you're supposed to. Wherever 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, I will be with you. That's God said it. He was like, wherever 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, I will be with you. So why would they want us to congregate? Why would they want anybody to get in a group and talk about God when he promises, if you're together, I will always be there. I will always listen. I will always hear you because you're worshiping me together. You increase your power of, like getting my attention. It was supposed to unify people. It was supposed to be a motivator. Now they're motivated to not gather together, to not be tolerant of other religions. They invited all hatred and, divisiveness into their situation. They encouraged it. And that broke them down as a society. It broke them from their motherland. But then he also said when that soldier wouldn't stop, when the Ukrainian soldier wouldn't stop fighting, the guy was like, you're done, like, give up. And he was like, no, Russians don't give up. Russians don't surrender. He didn't identify as Ukrainian. He considered himself, in his heart, in his value system, his beliefs, they were Russian. I found that very telling. She doing the pug dance. Oh, Lord. I'm a dying. The Los Angeles Times just put out an opinion piece. Age matters, which is why Biden's age is his superpower. Are you fucking kidding me? It's his superpower. Why? Because he can talk to aliens because he thinks they're real? It's called hallucination. That's what it's called. And yeah, it's my first grandbaby's third birthday. Oh, happy birthday. My little Aquarius twin. Oh, happy birthday to them. Boy or girl, Inya? I mean, if you don't want to say, I don't mind. I get it. Oh, Lord. All right. We're an hour into this. This is going to be rough, guys. All right. So I'm all caught up in chat. I'm going to get uncaught up in chat. And I'm just going to talk. And if nobody's here at the end of it, that's fine. It's fine. All right. So first off, I want to talk about, like I said, emotional landmines. These are my reactions to, like, not just mine, but like in general, they're emotional reactions to some type of feedback or event, right? And here's the thing. They're very, very hard to see. You don't know where they're at. And a lot of them occur in feedback. So I'm a person who, because I constantly threat assess, I need constant feedback. And that can be very dangerous for me because no feedback is unnecessary or invaluable. There's no garbage feedback. I learn something from everything. The problem is sometimes I learn the wrong lesson because it's a miscommunication or just it got received a different way than it was meant. And it doesn't matter, even if I know it wasn't meant a certain way, it's still connected to other things that create that trigger. A girl, she's the sweetest. Aww. Well, happy third birthday to her. I bet she looks just like you. Happy birthday to her. I wish her many, many, many more and a very blessed life. To me, she's a brat to her mom. It's fantastic to watch. Oh, girl, I know. I used to love that with my sister's kids. They'd be like, rah, and I'd be like, Titi. And it's just, she's like, why do they listen to you? Because they're afraid of me. Like, what the fuck? I will fucking take all this shit and kick their ass out and go home. You ain't got nowhere to send them. Uh-huh. No, but they enjoyed being good for me. I was more fun than their mother anyway. Dartidious misinterpretations are the heart of miscommunications. Yep. So, all right. I found this article about trauma, right? I'm not going to put it up because I'm not going to like make you guys read it, and I'm not going to read through the whole thing. It's not very long. But the title is Identifying Trauma Triggers, Why Feedback is Triggering. And they said feedback, whether positive, negative, or neutral, can be increasingly triggering for survivors of childhood abuse or complex trauma. Feedback can be added to the list of trauma triggers, but there are different types of feedback that may be difficult for trauma survivors. Until now, you may not have realized why you dread feedback. This is for somebody who has like CPTSD, any kind of like child abuse, child molestation, any kind of trauma from their past. And if you have adult trauma, it's not regulated, but it's not restricted to or limited to childhood trauma. This is especially triggering if you have been in a very toxic or narcissistic relationship. If you have been abused by a narcissist, if you've been abused by a spouse, something like that, even if you suffer from abuse from your parents as you get older, anything like that, even a boss, this can create traumas that make feedback very, very triggering because you don't want to hear it because you're always going to assume it's going to be bad. And even if it is kind of good, you'll be like, why wasn't it really good? You know, you will find the failure in it. You'll find the negativity in it because everybody carries shame. And even though you don't feel that shame all the time, there are things, that's what triggers do. They bring up shame. And it's not always pain that they're bringing up. It's pain from being shamed and everything, being convinced that you're less or whatever. Anyway, so this says, until now, you haven't realized that you dread feedback so much, whether it be from friends, family, coworkers, or your boss. Oh, look at that. You may experience intense fear and anxiety about receiving feedback, and you may even feel like you're reliving negative scenarios of the past. Now, I found this after I wrote my script. So when I read mine, you're going to be like, oh, she's just repeating the article. No, I was saying what I do, and it happens to be in the article. Each type of feedback, positive, negative, and neutral, can be triggering in that the trauma is stored in your brain in what's called neural networks. Oh, we were just talking about the neural networks. If you've experienced trauma, there are neural networks that consist of things like memories, sensations, situations, people, thoughts, feeling, places, etc. Yes, I have all those. All usually at once. Whenever we experience something within our trauma neural network, it'll trigger the network and make our mind and body feel as if we are re-experiencing that trauma. Okay, so positive feedback as a trauma trigger. Positive feedback can be triggering for several reasons. It can feel like a manipulation if feedback was once used to manipulate as a manipulation tactic in the past. Not just once, like repeatedly. It can also just feel gross and uncomfortable. Perhaps the person who gave you positive feedback in the past gave it for things that you didn't feel good about. Or this person wasn't a good person and you didn't feel comfortable getting feedback from them. That's like if some really nasty, like mean person gives you a compliment about your behavior, you kind of see it as, you think your behaviors are right. So that means that I'm acting like it. Oh, fuck no. And then you get like, Rrr. Maybe they did mean it in a nice way, but because of the source, it doesn't mean the same once it gets to you. Once you process it. It may also be triggering because it doesn't match what you feel on the inside, either because you feel like a bad person or you feel unworthy. These feelings may be conscious or unconscious. Again, when you feel like you have no worth and everybody has convinced you as a child, especially, or even like in the narcissistic relationship, that you can't do anything right. You're not worth anything. I can get better than you. I wish I had a better kid than you. I wish I had a better spouse than you. Why did I marry you? Why did I have you? Why did I keep you? Why are you like this? I didn't raise you like this. I treat you good. Why do you treat me like this? When you're constantly under that barrage, of course you're going to feel like nothing. So when somebody compliments you You're hesitant because you're like, oh, that was really nice. What do you want? Because you know the only time that people have been nice to you is when they want something from you. So it's not genuine. Even if they're being 1000% genuine, you're not going to take it like that. You actually have to be convinced by that person that they mean what they're saying. Because you're just like, you just kind of brush it off. You're like, oh, that makes me uncomfortable because I've told you guys, tenderness destroys me. I don't know what to do with it. You raise your hand to me, I know how to counter that. You raise your voice, I know how to counter that. You come for me, I know how to go back at you. But if you're complimentary and loving and soft and tender, I don't know what to do with that. And it makes me very uncomfortable because I feel very awkward. And I feel like if I let down my guard, that's when they're going to strike. I feel like it's a trap when somebody's nice to me. Not just nice, but like very nice, like very tender. Like, why are you working so hard to make me like you? And then I'm going to trust you and you're going to betray me. Because that's the way it goes. That's the way of the world. That's the thought process. Negative feedback as a trauma trigger. So for the survivor of CPTSD or childhood abuse or any kind of narcissistic abuse, negative feedback can often feel the most comfortable. But it can also be triggering, either because criticism in the past was very unfair or because it was paired with abuse. So, for instance, if you didn't perform a task right, that's when the physical abuse or verbal berating would happen. Yes. Receiving negative feedback in the present can feel scary and trigger your trauma neural networks. When I was married, Brett loved my cooking. And I would, since that was the only thing that I ever did to make him happy, I would go out of my way to make these amazing, delicious meals. I would work my ass off and he would, oh, this was really good. Tons of praise. And I'd be like, in the beginning, it would raise my spirits and I would try to ride that high. But by the end, it was like every time he complimented me, I just braced myself because he was waiting for me to be all happy so that he could wait. There we go. Pop my little happy balloon and just watch me deflate. Like it would be an amazing meal. Oh my God, this was so good. If only you were good at anything else. Thanks. Okay. Oh my God, I love the way you cook. Oh my God, when we get divorced, this is actually going to be something I miss about you. Nothing else, just this. And it was just one thing after another after another. I mean, in the very beginning, it was like, oh my God, this is really, really good. I'm surprised. I was like, I really didn't think you had that kind of skill. Why not? Because you just don't look creative. Thank you. Thank you. Or, oh, you didn't make this before. Why not? I just learned how to make it. You couldn't make this dish before? Like, the fuck? It was always little stupid shit. It was, oh, this is nice and a little heavy on the pepper. You said you wanted it heavy on the pepper. Not this heavy. Oh, I didn't know what your version of heavy on the pepper meant. So I guess I know now. Just little shit. It was stupid. And I felt super petty and super childish for being hurt by it. But it over time, I knew that every compliment I got was going to get a back slap on the on the back end of it. I learned to anticipate, okay, even good stuff is bad for me. Negative feedback. I knew what was coming. There was no surprise. There was no anticipation of, taking my happiness away. There was no slow erosion of my joy over time, to where I went from being super happy to being like, fuck it, just eat it. Like, because I knew I was going to get told something. It was never going to be good enough. So at that point, I was just basically just here, whatever. Because I never knew what I was going to get afterwards. Am I going to get like, a really nasty thing? Is he going to like just, a small little comment? I lived for like the little slights because I was like, okay, I can walk away from those. Negative stuff always wound up with him insulting me, my mother, my daughter, every single thing under the sun until he passed out. And it usually had some sort of physical violence. Because he would get, incensed at some point whenever he got to like that, I can't control my temper stage. All the times that he's forgotten, conveniently. He doesn't remember any of the words. I could tell him whole conversations. He's like, I never said that. Motherfucker, really? Like, are you serious? No, I don't remember any of it. I think you're making it up. I'm making it up. Do you remember those months at all? I mean, not really, because, I blacked out a lot. But yet I'm the one lying. Okay. I guess I mentally created those, razor marks on my back that I can't reach. Oh, but that was nothing. Oh, good. Cutting my back in my sleep so you could drink my blood because you think you're a vampire. That's nothing. Okay. Yeah, fucking weirdo. I digress. But like the negative stuff, I could deal with that. I could return fire. I could be angry. I could just whatever. I was used to it. I had come to expect it. I was desensitized to so much of it. So much of it was just normal. Receiving negative feedback in the present can feel scary and trigger your trauma neural networks. Yes, I don't do well with negative feedback at all, but I do a lot better with that than neutral feedback. It can also be difficult because you feel like others should understand how hard things are for you or what you're going through. This is because your parents and caregivers didn't do that for you. No, it was always suck it up. You'll get over it. You'll get over it, Michelle. I heard that all the time. Well, it'll make you stronger. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. No, we're not talking about it. No, you don't need help. Just go do your homework. Go read a book. Go play your music. Go do whatever. It was always dismissive. I was like, you know what? Like, I can't deal with you right now. I got other stuff to do. Meanwhile, they're sitting there like doing a crossword. It's like, okay. I mean, tell me that I'm a piece of shit in your eyes without telling me I'm outright a piece of shit. Neural feedback as a trauma trigger. Neural feedback, neutral. I'm sorry, guys. I can't read. Neutral feedback is one of the most triggering kinds of feedback to get as a survivor of complex trauma or childhood abuse, also narcissistic abuse. It's because it's so ambiguous. As a child, whenever you were going through the trauma, you often felt like you were walking on eggshells because you didn't want to set people off. You likely had very unstable or unpredictable caregivers. Yes. Or even in a past relationship, the other person's reactions to things were very unpredictable. Yes. The most innocuous thing would set them off. And then like the big shit, nothing. It was just one mind fuck after another. Ambiguous feedback leads you to ruminate. That's what I do. You have repetitive thoughts such as, what do they think? How do they feel? It can't just be okay. Something must be wrong. Always looking for the problem so you can solve it and get rid of it. Because you want to be better. You want to be okay. You don't want to be a problem. You want everything to be fine again. So you dig and you dig and you dig and you turn it over and you obsess and you look at it from every fucking imaginable angle. Every angle imaginable. There we go. English is my second language today. And dealing with trauma triggers. They said there's good news. One of the first steps is identifying them. When you identify them, you can participate in what's called trauma therapy is to change your trauma neural networks. You could do this by changing the intensity of those networks and reactions within those networks by weakening them or by connecting them to adaptive neural networks. So what you can do, this is, you can change the intensity. So what you could do is soften the blow, I guess, a little bit. You can build up like a tolerance or like a resistance to them, not a desensitization, but almost like a resistance to them, like where they don't have the power that they did. And that's also in the weakening of them. And the way you weaken them is you address them, you identify them, you address them. You might have to do a little more soul searching than you're comfortable doing. But when you find out what triggers them and why, if you trace it back, you can start to kind of like reverse engineer it. That's what I tend to do with you guys. I reverse engineer. I tell you the problem. I get it all out. I take the feedback, ironically enough, that you give me based on your experiences and whatever. Some of them cut, and I know you don't mean it, but some of them do. Because even though you're giving advice, it feels like I'm being told, well, do it this way because you were doing it wrong. Like, this will work for you. Like, almost like, what are you, stupid? Like, this is what you do to save that. This is what you do. Like, I told you how to do this. And it's just like, yeah, well, yeah, I'm getting there. I would say I'm a work in progress. You know, I'm not going to go at anybody else's speed. I have to go at my speed. You know, that's the way it works. I tried doing everybody else's speed before, and it just left things getting buried deeper and deeper and deeper. Locking things away does not work for me because I'm more like a pressure cooker. The pressure builds and I explode. But I don't just hurt myself half the time. I hurt other people. And I would rather just hurt myself, believe it or not. But it does fall on other people. You know, when you throw shit at the fan, you can't direct the friggin' way it's going to splatter. It lands on everybody. Was that unremarkable? Held hard, sloppy seconds. Lord. Wait. Bud said positive feedback is the worst when you got trust issues. Oh, yeah. Because you're always looking for the motive. Nothing's ever done altruistically or just for you. There's a motive. You want something from me. You want me to see you a certain way. You want me to trust you. Why? Why do you need me to trust you? What are you after? What is your end game? Are you being like sincere, or are you playing a long game with me? Are you playing mind games with me? And then that's all you do. You turn it over and over and over and over and over until it makes absolutely no sense. And you said, oh, that makes sense. That happens to me, I think. Less now. But I'm not a good gift receiver. Me neither. What's your motive is the first thing I think. Yes. And then I think, oh my God, I don't look grateful enough. I'm not acting grateful enough. I'm super grateful, but I don't know how to express it because I don't have skill at it. It's not something I practiced a whole lot in my life. You know, it's something that I can probably think of most of the times that I've ever gotten anything. And it's just like, okay, you know, message received. And I mean, after Daddy died, because before that, it was just gifts galore. I mean, Jesus Christ. I was his angel. Are you kidding? Yeah, but I think of what's the motive, and then I think, how can I show that I'm as grateful as I am? And I think I fail every time. And I'm like, well, they gave me that, and I didn't show I was grateful enough. Now they're going to hate me. So the gift turns into me beating myself up for anywhere from a couple minutes to a couple hours to maybe days. It depends. It depends on how badly I think I fucked up. Based on no feedback from anybody but me. But those little voices in my head saying, no, 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 no. But it's because you got to acknowledge it and believe it. It's a lot. I don't mean to go all pretty woman on you, but the bad stuff is easier to believe. This is so much like my ex. He would do that, compliment my cooking or something, then turn around. But my mom would never have her house like this. A real wife would clean this before I got home. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Why don't you wear more dresses? Where? I wear dresses to work. You don't wear them at home. You're not here when I'm here. Why the fuck would I why would I spend my whole evening by myself in a dress? I worked all day and I had no filter at all back then because I was in my 20s. I don't give a fuck. Because you're coming at me, I'm going back at you. And be like, why can't you dress up at night? You want me to dress up for what? For Katie? For the raccoon? For the bird? For the cats? What am I dressing up for? You're not here. You're going to go have a 4-hour shift, come back and drink yourself stupid. You ain't going to see me anyway. I work all motherfucking day. And trust me, I was a lot meaner than that. Because he would come at me it's so weird because I say the things that he said and they sound like nothing. Because like I said, I worked through a lot of the shit that he put me through. But I look back and I'm like, you mean bastard. He would say shit just to break me down. Shit I knew wasn't true. Yet he would say it and it would just cut right through me. It was horrible. And it was on the daily. And then for him to turn around and always tell people I was so good to her. In what way? In what way? You weren't a proper husband. You weren't a proper man. You couldn't even be a proper fucking friend. So in what way were you good to me? It gives you the ending and then we work our way back to the beginning. Pretty much. Battling your anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. Yep. Bottling, I meant. Oh my God, yes, I used to always wear makeup and that's how my mom raised us to be. And he said he hated it. Natural is best. So I stopped. A year later, why don't you wear makeup like you did for me? Yeah. It was the same thing. He was like, you never put makeup on anymore. You said you didn't like makeup. I'd literally come home and take my makeup from work off. Your hair's always in a ponytail. Why don't you puff it up or whatever? Because you don't like the feel of it when it's crunchy. So what the fuck? Motherfucker, because you said it was fake and natural was better. There you go. Then once he hugged my mom and said, oh, you smell good. I wish your daughter smelled good like this. She said, buy her some perfume. Nice. My mother just would have told you exactly why she smells wonderful. And maybe thrown a dig in as to why I, can't possibly smell as awesome. Even though I smell like cookies most of the time, but whatever. All right. So I'm going to read the script a bit. I said, it's been a really rough night. I haven't slept at all. And until I unpack some shit here, I know I'm not going to sleep. We all know I have a lot of issues. I've had trauma after trauma piled on me, untreated and unaddressed since I was 3 years old. And I'm pushing 50. That's a lot of years of trauma. There was physical, sexual, emotional, psychological in the form of mind games, developmental, and mental, which was kind of the threatening aspect, because that was more, I couldn't focus on anything. I couldn't think of anything. I would become obsessive. That wasn't so much the psychology as the brain pattern. Because I began to always assess for threats. That was technical. That was more important to me than anything else going on around me. I couldn't concentrate because I was too busy looking for where this motherfucker was going to come from. Because he tried to kidnap me a couple times. So it was like, I always lived with that over my head. So I was always on the lookout, always like nobody could walk behind me. If somebody crossed the street in the middle of the street in my direction, my keys were in my hand. That key was between my fingers. I was ready to stab him in the throat. Cause I was ready. If somebody looked like my father, I would instantly freeze and my mind would go into toddler mode. And I just, no. It was just always the same thing over and over and over. Stop sniffing kids. How about that? I don't sniff kids. All right. So that's why I find psychological different than mental. I do. All of those different traumas left me with triggers that set off different reactions of varying severity. And I wanted to give you different examples. Castro running around this morning just saying hi real quick. Thank God it's Friday. Having fun. Hello. Happy Friday, guys. So, some examples of different triggers. Things that trigger me, I guess, and my reactions. And it's weird because some of them are funny. My reactions to them is funny. I don't think you'll find them funny, but I find them funny because I'm sick and twisted. All right, so you hit me, and I'm gonna either hit you back, or I'm gonna withdraw and become this tiny little shaking thing, who's just completely shut down. Like I said, I either become super fighter, or I become a toddler. I'm right back to the first time I got hit really bad. And it's instantaneous. Now, granted, I have not done the freeze thing since my father. Since he died, I guess, basically. Because once that threat left this world, the trigger had nothing. There was nothing. So now, if you hit me, I'm pretty much just going to hit you back or walk away and, be like, fuck you. Now that's if you just hit a body hit or you slap my arm or whatever, but intentionally. Now, if you hit my face, that's a different reaction. That's a different trigger. That one, I black the fuck out in blind rage. And at that point, nothing's going to stop me. I'm going to attack you until you put me down. You got to knock me out because you're not going to hold me back. I'm going to fight and fight and fight and fight and fight. I might not be able to get to you, but my entire body is going to be engaged in trying to fight. So at that point, there's no calming me down. I won't hear you. I won't see you. All I know is go get it, go get it, go get it, go get it, go get it. That's it. That's all I know. And that's if you smack my face, no, you never want to do that. I don't know what it's almost like my humanity shuts off and I go into animal mode. It's pure survival instinct. If you yell at me, most of the time I'm going to laugh in your face. And it's that, or we're going to find out who yells louder. And spoiler alert, it's me. I yell louder. If you call me names, I'm either going to fire back, laugh it off, or cry because I'm angry and hurt now. If you insult me, now calling me names, that's stupid people who say shit behind my back and call me names and think it's funny. And yeah, I'm not going to react well. But I might fucking let it go. Might. If you intentionally insult me, then I'm either going to let it slide and distance myself because you're not worth my peace of mind, or I'm going to return with a bigger insult and then distance myself and then cut you off completely because fuck you and fuck your apology. And I know you meant that shit. Like you could say you were joking or I took it. No, you meant that shit. Oh, I was in a mood. No, you meant that shit. You had that shit in your back pocket because you're not that smart to come up with it on the fucking fly. It's something you already had in your little data storage about me that you've been waiting to say. And I listen for tone. Sometimes I get it wrong. Most of the time I don't. With other people, I never get it wrong. Just like one fucking person that I get it wrong. That's it. I listen for tone. And I can hear even the slightest bit of satisfaction when you're saying that. If I hear that, yeah, we're done. We're done. Like you meant that shit. No matter what, I just stop caring a little bit. Each time it happens, a little bit more, a little bit more. And the relationship between us, whether friendship, whatever, it's now on a countdown clock. It has grown a shelf life. Before, it could have gone on forever. Now it has a shelf life. Now, if you insult me unintentionally, like if we're joking or teasing or whatever, it might sting a little. If you go a little too close to the bone, I might pout. I might zing you back and then we move on. Eventually I'll forget it unless you're a fucking idiot and keep reminding me that you said it. Like, remember that time that I told you you so hurt? I didn't because I was letting it go, but now that you bring it up, fuck you again. Like, it's like, why would you bring that shit up? Stop it. Yeah, I thought I was about to go to sleep. About to start listening. That AK is a whole lot. New AK and new AK dropless. Oh, Lord. Let's see. If you humiliate me on purpose, yeah, I'm definitely gonna I'm gonna withdraw. I don't do well with humiliation. It's one thing to like tease me and be like a little embarrassing. That's one thing. But if you intentionally try to humiliate me, I'm not gonna come back at you most of the time. I'm not. I'm just gonna okay. I'm gonna turn really, really red, withdraw, cry, and we're done. There's no shelf life. Like, you have reached the end of this ride. Please depart and go fuck yourself. I don't usually give second chances to people who act outwardly malicious with me. If you embarrass me by accident, I'll just go quiet because I don't want you to hear the hurt in my voice. I don't want you to hear what the shame does, that the shame makes my voice wobble. It makes I get very teary-eyed and red, and I just shut down and I'm just quiet. And I couldn't talk if you paid me. And I'll just stay subdued like that for a little while, and then I'll make my exit. And I usually beat a hasty retreat at that point. I'll find an excuse like I'm tired or I got something to do or, I want to go work on this thing and, oh, look, the kids are calling or whatever. Like, I'll just go. And it might be like a while before I come back. If I do. Because I will go off and obsess about it. I will isolate myself completely and I will obsess and obsess and obsess until that spider web has taken over my brain and snuffed out any chance of oxygen getting to it. Y'all are just talking about music. Okay. Words affect me greatly. They act like a keyword search. I was trying to explain this. This was the best way I can come up with. Words are like keyword searches in my brain. And my brain automatically and very unhelpfully will immediately retrieve every single reference to that word that I have ever experienced. That means I will see words in text. I'll hear voices from the, other people that have said them. I will see like videos of the memories and these people, and I will remember what that felt like, and I will feel that same emotion all over again. I mean, Google don't have shit on me, because not only does my brain retrieve every memory, it's so super helpful. It sorts them for maximum impact. It really does. It makes sure it takes the worst memories and the harshest feelings, and it shoves them all to the front of the line and goes, here, 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 here. Look, 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 look. Anyway, I think part of why my brain does that, why it sorts out the worst, like the cream of the crop, so to speak, is because it really is trying to defend me. It doesn't want me to be around somebody who has the potential to hurt me. It's trying to say, look at all the red flags. It's not just this person. It goes back. Like, you've experienced this same red flag before, and look at how it made you feel. Stay away from this person. All of this person has the potential of making you feel all of this all over again. We didn't like it the first time. We're not going to like it now. So just stay away. The thing is, it does that in every single situation. So I'm constantly trying to lock it down and block it out, and to try to control it, because it goes crazy. It can take the tiniest thing, and all of a sudden the world is ending. And again, catastrophic thinking, but I hate that I even taught anybody that word, because now they blame that, everything on that. So it's like, no, like, my feelings are my feelings. Like, that's just how it is. Inumers, you help keep me from doing that with this chat, Shelly. I hope you can get the same from it somehow. Maybe instead of a crazy spider web, you could weave it how you want by talking it out. Well, that's the thing. I'm literally pulling it thread by thread out of my head and just leaving it for you guys to like play with. Like Darth can play with it, with the threads like a kitten, and he probably would. He would take all my negativity and be like, "Oh, look, it's catnip." Like, it would be a whole thing. Chat's a red flag. That's not nice. And yeah, I'm a giant red flag, but it's not malicious. Just fucked up. I mean, I don't think you'd be on the tubes doing anything if you weren't at least partially fucked up. I haven't met one person here who was like, a bastion of fucking mental health, or like problem free, or like happy go lucky with everything they ever wanted in the fucking world. Like, no, everybody came here for different reasons, but everybody struggles. I get that. Everybody has had traumas. Even if they had a really great childhood, they still know heartbreak. They know betrayal. They know all sorts of things. I don't discount anybody's traumas. I think all of us are, we got dents. The thing is, like, every suit of armor that every one of us wears has little ice pick dents. Bing, 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 bing. Some have a couple, so it's not really that noticeable, but they're there. Some have quite a few, and, like, we look and go, oh, but you know what? I see a really nice design there, even though you don't like them. I like you in them. Like, I like them in that I like you. I think you wear it well. Meaning that they deal with it well. And then you have people who every single centimeter, there's a new little dent. And when you have that many dents, even in the strongest metal, when you have that many things that are compromising that material, it's going to collapse. It makes it less it takes strength away from it. So each time it's compromised. Each time you have it's a little weaker. It's a little weaker because they're so close together and there's so many of them. The material's compromised. Ellie said I came here to therapize chat. Awesome. ZD, what's up? I've been lurking here. I'm here lurking, but I'm here. What the fuck, Shelly, going on so deep on a Friday? I know. I did warn you. It's in the description, it's in the title, and it's on the thumbnail. Let the buyer beware. Shelly's calling Chad a bucket of golf balls. Uh-huh. Blue ones. I said I don't know if I'll cry. I might not. Goofballs more like it. I love goofballs. You all are goofy. All right, back to the stupid thing. I gotta get a drink or something because my voice is shot. I don't know why I haven't said more than 10 words in like 10 hours. All right, 6 hours. I said, now let me be clear. I know many of the trigger words. I've treated them. I've worked through them to make them less powerful. And I hope someday that they're gone for good. But some are too deeply embedded, too raw to be healed. And especially when they happen out of nowhere. And I don't mean things said when, you're bantering or by people who have troll-like relationships with me. Because I don't want anybody to walk on eggshells around me. Eggshells. God, I don't know where that accent came from. I don't want anybody to pull their punches. I don't want them to worry that I'm going to have a reaction, because if I'm going to have a reaction, I'm going to work through it. It'll be fine. Think of it as you're helping me. But I have very troll-like relationships with many of you. We're wise asses. That's who we are. Yeah, and I get that. I have a very resilient, deeply twisted sense of humor. So insulting me is kind of hard to do when we're playing around. So I don't want anybody to think that. ZD, yeah, I'm definitely in the right chat. I'm the queen of goofy. Well, there you go. I don't walk on eggshells. I throw whole ass eggs. There you go. And usually wind up with it all over my face. And yeah, that's not egg. It's not. I mean, the consistency is kind of similar, but that's not egg. Darth pockets in full like a squirrel packing nuts for the winter. Yep. Always. He said, I came here to kick bubble gum and chew ass, and I'm all out of gum. And he said, I'm cool with that. All right. You cool with that? Girl after my own heart. Let's see. Where was I? All right. So I came here thinking about the offhanded little digs that people make. They seem completely harmless to that person. For me, I call those those are my paper cuts, or they're more kind of like cuticle cuts. You don't realize that it's so easy to rip that sucker open. It seems no, it's tucked away. It's not, it's in an inconspicuous place. It's hard to get to. It's healed already. And nope. Cuticle cuts are the worst. And you will catch that little piece of skin on everything. Diggs, damn it, you all stop being rude. It's fine. Y'all are funny. I love you. So their paper cuts are little paper cuts. And I said, I'm pretty much like a living example, somebody who is dying a death of 1,000 cuts. They heal too slowly. They're like tissue paper, so they're really easy to rip open. And they drain you so slowly over time that they kill your spirit. They drain the life right out of you. because you just wind up thinking, there's nothing good about me. Like it's all crap. And then I wrote a script about like what bothered me, and now I don't want to say it. Like if somebody makes a comment about something, they may think it is perfectly fine, perfectly innocuous, nothing wrong with it. And they just make it and keep on going. But something that they say triggers this whole domino effect kind of thing in my head. So they say it, and my brain immediately comes up with every scenario where it's been said before or something similar to it. And it's just validating everything that this person said. And it's telling me, well, look at the history. Can this many people that are close to you be wrong? If they all said the same thing, in different ways, but they all alluded to the same thing to make the same point, how could they all be wrong? So if they're not all going to be wrong, then some of them have to be right, which means that what they said is true. Hence, this is what's true about you. So guess what? You're shit at this. You're shit at that. You shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do that. Why are you even attempting to do this? Blah, 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 blah. Because that's how it goes. That's how it goes. All right, so some things make me really, really happy. They do. I don't care what my skill level is. I don't care if I'm good at it. I don't care if you like it. I do it because it makes me happy. It's not hurting anybody, but it makes me happy. I'll do it all the time, and I'll smile when doing it because it just keeps me out of that low spot that I find myself in. At least then my job's not complete until Shelly laughs until she cries. Well, I wouldn't worry about that because one of them is gonna one of them will happen, just probably not in that order. Thank you, Harry. That's very sweet. So you have things that make me happy. And then somebody will make usually a neutral comment or a negative comment. The neutral comment is, criticism. That's how it's intended. Just helpful criticism. Do I take it as helpful? No. No, I take it as you suck at this. That's how I take it. I take it as a dig, some type of slam, some type of hidden insult. Like a tongue-in-cheek kind of thing, or a hidden meaning. I mean, maybe that's me with the past trauma. Maybe it's the English major and me always looking for the hidden meaning and reading between the lines and all that. That's what I do. And like I said, my brain immediately finds all the evidence necessary to support this statement. It traces it back all the way to the source. And what does my brain say? It's the same every time. See? They think it's bad too. Don't do it. Stop. Oh, you should be quiet. Oh, you should withdraw. You see what being yourself gets you, Shell? God, you should be so embarrassed. You know you're not good at anything. They tell you all the time you're not good at. Why do you think you could do anything? Why do you always think you could do everything? Like, you need to check yourself a little bit. You know you do horrible at things. and you think it's good just because it makes you happy. You know what? You shouldn't even talk. Pull back. Pull back. Leave everybody. Just leave everybody alone. Stop annoying them. Stop being a bother. Stop. Just stop. God, you're pathetic. You're such a fucking joke. Why don't you just stay away from people and stop embarrassing yourself? That's how the brain starts out. That's the very first reaction that it gives me. It gives me all the evidence as to why they're right. And it backs it up. And every conscious thought in my head says, see. They think you're garbage. They don't think you're worth it. They're using you. They're lying to you. And then it just spirals from there. Then it's just hours of depression and humiliation and self-hatred. Used to be self-harm. Then it's anger and resentment, and I just keep reliving all those memories related to it. And it builds until I can't take it anymore. And yet the person who triggers that usually doesn't know they did it. They're completely unaware because they didn't mean to. And I don't blame them. They don't know they did it. I don't blame them for doing it. But the reaction's still the same. It's just now I've learned a lot more that instead of making the boom be external and taking other people out with me, the boom happens internally now. And that's usually where I keep it. And I get teary-eyed. I turn red. I stop talking. And then I retreat. That's what I do. Because my brain hates me. My brain hates me. The smallest cut could be ripped open. And because I have so much history to lean on, I guess, to learn from, it becomes like this huge wound that's infected all the way down to the bone. So how do you treat it? Because, when it hurts that bad, how do I not retreat? How do I address it? I can't talk one-on-one about it. It's humiliating for me. And it's so stupid because their comment shouldn't have set off that big of a reaction. But it did. It was meant to be lighthearted or neutral or helpful even. And it just ripped me up inside. And they don't even know it. They don't even know it. It'll sit on my chest like a bunch of bricks. And it'll run through my head over and over and over. And then I come here and I talk to you people about it. and I get it out because I can't do one-on-one. There's too much anxiety, too much fear. And I'm curious. I mean, is this just a me thing? Do you guys ever go through this? Do you know even what I'm talking about? How do you deal with it? How do you deal with the feeling that you're constantly getting poked in a really not good way? When it feels like everybody that talks to you can take a chunk out of you. I don't. I try to let it go. I do. I try to tuck it away. I try to brush it off. But it doesn't go away. When joking around, I give as good as I get, and I get as good as I give. And that's fine. It's an even playing field. It's playful. Nobody means it. I love to say, I don't give a fuck. And in many areas, I really don't. I really don't. But when it's somebody that matters to me, when it's somebody I don't expect to cut me, and that cut happens, even unintentionally, I don't know what to do. Because my first instinct is to run. Run away. Run away. Y'all don't know how well I can ghost people. And I'll do it so gradually, you won't even notice. You just turn around one day and go, where'd she go? Oh, I'll call her later. But I've put enough distance that you forget. You might call me once, text me once. I ignore them. You won't do it again. You'll forget. I'm very good at disappearing. And it won't even hurt you because I'll make it normal. It'll just become a part, like the distance will grow. It'll become a part of like daily routine to distance a little more, a little more, a little more. That's what I do. So how do I not do that? I don't want to be resentful. I also don't want to be hurt. So tell me, how do you avoid, not even avoid the emotional landmines? How do you, because there's no avoiding them. You don't know where they are. It's the whole point of them being called landmines. You just take a step, you think it's perfectly safe, and boom. How do you deal with it? How do you see all that carnage and destruction and pain and hurt, and it's just a maelstrom of negativity that you're inflicting on yourself? How do you stop that? Just looking in a mirror and saying, I'm, whatever, that's not going to do it. So how do you do it? Do you lock it away? Do you take it, lock it away, and deal with it later? Do you examine the shit out of it? What do? They say talk through it. Yeah, talking doesn't always help because it's still there. The pain I feel like in the moment is gone, but the trigger's still there. Identify it. Okay, what if it's something that goes back over and over and over and over until like when you were little? Okay. I say I'm loud. Why do I say I'm loud? Because I wanted to take the power out of that trigger. Because the one way you could get to me was saying that I was too loud or that I talk too much. Well, I took care of the I talk too much by doing this. Because now it's no longer a bad thing that I talk too much. It's a good thing. They're like, oh my God, you get up there and all you do, you talk all by yourself. That's amazing. I can't do that. Okay. I took something that people always use as a negative and I owned that bitch. I did. Saying I'm too loud. People always say I'm too loud. You're too loud. Your laugh is too loud. Your this is too loud. Guess what? I double down and do it bigger. Oh, well. I'm too loud. Poor you. Cover your fucking ears. I took that back. First thing I tell people, by the way, I'm really loud and inappropriate. Just to let you know, it references my superpower. So, because, oh, you don't take anything seriously. You always got a comment to make. That used to set me off. I would feel so ashamed. All those statements, I would feel so ashamed. Each time, you're too loud, shame. You're too crass, shame. You're too vulgar, shame. There's a bitch that went around behind my back over in the pond saying, oh, I'm glad she's gone because she was too vulgar. She was too this, she was too that. Da, 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 da. It was one person, the one person who pretended to like me and didn't. Went and talked shit to so many fucking people about me. And I was nothing but nice to them. It's like, oh, okay, that's great. Fuck her. Fake bitch. Out of all the old people, that's like the only person that I didn't like make up with or say nice things about anymore. Because fuck her. I know that you talk shit behind my back. It's okay. And it's not any of like the people that you would think it would be. It's some obscure, irrelevant cunt. But it irritated me because she was fake. And when I see her around now, I kind of want to stab her in the neck. I wish I could through chat, but I can't. Anyway, but yeah, fuck her. Cuntapalooza. Fucking tinsel twat bitch. Zen. Anyway. What was I saying? Went off on a tirade over that cunt. Oh yeah. So no, I thoroughly embrace who I am. I am irreverent. I curse a lot. I say inappropriate things. I don't know what the fuck to tell you. In the words of Candace Owens, get a helmet. Get earplugs. Or go to fuck away and don't listen to me. How about that? Like when people say, oh, you're so loud. You're welcome. You'll be hard of hearing one day. You'll want me around. You're going to make me hard of hearing. You're welcome. Advanced. Tech is great nowadays. You'll have a new toy. I embrace the trolling. I don't give a fuck. It's the people closest to me that hurt me the most. And they don't even know it. And they don't mean to. And I know that. But that doesn't make it easier. I gotta go back. I gotta go back. Yeah, I'm so not singing. I wish I could make you feel as loved as you deserve to feel. You're very lovable. Everyone in my house just loves your voice and how great, sweet, and funny you are. Thank you, Enya. And your poor house, why are you making them listen to me? Don't do that. LL, my husband is staring hard at me. What? My husband is staring hard at me. Yes, I do, but I don't know how to fix it. No skinned, as you said the other day. Yeah, no, I'm just raw. I am the flayed woman because it's just, you come near me and I know it's going to hurt. It's always going to hurt me. Always. At the end of the day, you're not going to pay for it. I am. Because I'm always going to protect you. I will take the pain. I will take the shame. And I will hate myself for it. I will blame myself. I will not put it on you. The only thing you're going to get is my absence. That's it. Because I will isolate more and more and more. I'll sink back into my books. I'll put music in my ears and not listen to anything else. That's why I say you die a little bit each time. And yeah, I saw a meme that said you win $1 million but have to split it with your worst enemy. Woohoo! I have $1 million. Yep. Mm-hmm. No, there's no such thing as out of place humor. You know that. Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't, commiserate alone. No, I have a whole big pity party with me, myself, and I. Mm-hmm. And we discuss my worst enemy, me. Because nobody else could get in my head the way I do. I know that sounds weird, but it makes perfect sense to me. Nobody can infiltrate my thoughts in such an attacking, aggressive way as me. And how do I respond to other people? Everybody says I'm aggressive. No, I'm passive aggressive, which is worse. Because I won't come at you directly. I will take the roundabout way so I don't have to be confronted with it. I don't have to deal with it. Because I don't know how. Indirect is always better for me. Which is amazing because when people do it to me, it aggravates the fuck out of me. I can be aggressive, but that's only if you come after somebody that I care about. If you come for me, you hurt me, then I'm going to get passive aggressive. And then I'm just going to go away. Hey, Jeannie. How are you? I'm sorry. This was a cry sad stream. It'll turn around in a few minutes, but Darth is going at 12, so I'm probably going to cut this one pretty short so you all can go over there. ZD, you be the same friend that you are to others, but to yourself. Yeah, I'm not good at that. And it feels self-indulgent. It really does. I was not raised to praise myself. Anytime that I boast about myself, it is as manufactured as I can make it. Because I have to make it believable. Because maybe one day I'll believe it. You make a commitment to that. Above all, give yourself grace, even if others don't. Believe me, it's hard and it takes time. It would be a lot easier if they were just outwardly shitty. Wait, hold on. I got to Sorry, my back is killing me. So when I went to, I muted myself because I knew when I moved I was going to scream, and I didn't want you to hear me go, ow, which I just did anyway. But it's different as a recreation. In motion is just rude. If somebody's just outwardly negative to me, I can deal with that. I'm used to that. I will, like I said, trolls hate me because they try to troll me. And I'm like, oh, thank you. And they don't know what to do because they're like, fight back, bitch. I'm like, why would I do that? Like, you're so cute. What else you got to say? Oh my God, that was a good one. You got any others? And it takes all the fun out of it for them. They're like, fuck this bitch. But when it's just a comment, just an observation, just like I said, feedback, just having a conversation. Somebody's just talking and they just talk about that. And it's like, and then as soon as I get that kick to the stomach or I get that cut, my face is on fire. I've blushed so hard sometimes from humiliation and embarrassment that I will break out into a sweat. Like, it's that bad. And I get all teary eyed and I get choked up. And I get that way talking about it because there's so much shame attached to it. I have a real problem with shame. The thing is, whenever I say that I feel shame, the quickest memory to jump into my head is my grandmother, saying that I was dirty for letting him do that, for letting him touch me when I was 7. Like it was my fault. The woman I love most in the world, my hero. And she laid the blame right at my feet. She made me feel dirty. I already felt dirty, but she reaffirmed that. Where do you go from there? Who's going to convince me, 7-year-old me, that that's not true? So what did I do? I can't really talk about it without crying, so it's still a very emotional thing for me. Because I really don't think you get rid of shame. I think you can take some of the sting out of it. But it's in your blood now. I don't know what the cure is for that. I don't know of any. I asked therapists. I asked my shrink. No answer. I went on the internet. Everybody's got suggestions of shit that I've done that don't work. How do you get rid of shame? Because all those little keywords, that's what it triggers in me. Shame. Mortification. How dare you be happy? How dare you? How dare you enjoy something? Who the fuck do you think you are? That's what I hear. It's not fair. I know that. But how do I stop it? Distractions don't always work because once I hit that low, I ain't going nowhere. I'm shutting down and I'm going away. I'll be back when I'm better. Sounds like a bee, you know? I hope you're not talking about Juju. I like Juju. Elephant. Shelly, you take landmines as they come. I need tissue. You face them head on. Feel your feelings about them. Don't dwell on them and move on when you can. Oh, sorry, Jeannie. I woke up with my hands jammed into carpal tunnel and finally got it worked out. I don't know what kind of balm you use. I know that Rabbit, when she gets it, she uses the tiger balm, she said. I believe that's what she said. But you might want to, you might want to hit Rabbit up and see what she uses. Because she had like really, really, really bad cramped hands the other day from doing the wire for the chicken cage. Ellie, also you said loud, I say Italian. Now let your Italian mouth fly. My Italian loud mouth. Oh, Lord. Let's see. Yes, a bee. And yeah, I think it could be that, but I have RA flares up a lot. Oh. Yeah, the rheumatoid arthritis. I mean, I'm assuming you do either hot or cold packs. I have all the joint arthritis thanks to the fucking Lyme. So it flares up. And it sucks. I feel for you, honey. I do. I love that about you. Thank you. I'm glad you love how loud I am. I've never been accused of being vulgar. Covers up my don't be a cunt tattoo. Shelly, you really do remind me of my BFF, and I love that bitch with every inch of my heart. Oh, thank you, honey. Teeny, is there a troll in here? Nah, we welcome trolls. I mean, my chat is, pretty much. My chat has a lot of trolling bitches. Yeah. They just come here and they enjoy the revelry. They could be themselves. My trolls don't set out to hurt. They're just, they like to push buttons and poke around for fun and see where your tender bits are. Oh, what makes you laugh? What makes you cry? Nee. I have to get rid of the earbuds for a bit. Honey, just go to sleep. It's okay. Oh, you're at work? I hope you're not at work. I hope you're in bed. Girl. Although, don't you work from home? I forget. Like I said, I haven't slept at all. Not even a 5-minute fucking nap because my brain would not shut up. Elephant, good point. Elephant, good point. The things she just pointed out as a negative, we love about her. Thanks. With that said, Shelly, why are you allowing those others to matter so much? It's like I said, it's not, they didn't say anything negative. They didn't say anything that would stand out to anybody else. It would just be like, you say and move on because it's nothing. It was a big nothing burger. But yet, it felt like somebody stabbed me in the chest. It was not a little cut. Maybe it was one in a series of little cuts that happened that day. And that was my threshold. But I shut down. And then I ran away. And I didn't even want to go back. I wanted to run back and I wanted to never go back. And it was really weird feeling the two things at the same time. Because usually when I want to run, there's nothing keeping me there. And like I said, it wasn't It wasn't malicious. It wasn't even mean. It wasn't even negative. It just set off a reaction I wasn't prepared for. And it threw me. And it threw me into a downward spiral. And I'm dealing with it here. That's all. I'm getting it out and I'm talking because it's too hard to talk about my feelings face to face, because any pushback I get, I will shut down and I will just abandon the entire endeavor. And that's it. Like, I won't bring it up ever, but I will change my behavior to eliminate that part that brought on the comment that hurt me. And that means now I have to edit myself around you. I can't be me. I can't be free. I have to be aware of what I do. I have to limit my actions. I have to make a character now for you, because I'm cutting out something that is me. It's something that's a part of me. And it caused me to get hurt around you. And so now I got to shut that department down, And it sucks because they don't deserve that. I don't deserve that, but that's what's going to happen. Because I know me. I'm going to avoid ever getting that particular kind of comment. Again, I take away the opportunity. Ellie said, this week has sucked. Vomiting children, dogs with diarrhea. Okay, now play the clip. But I love myself and everyone likes me. Yes, it's time for the Smalley clip. All right. Going away. Oh, you are? I was crying earlier too. Aw. You going okay? Aw. Ellie's so sorry that this is a bad week. Hope nothing around your home's making the kids sick, Ellie. I hope not. I love that clip. Oh, God. Everybody loves that clip. I know. I'll get to it. Out of chat for a few, getting the dog to the groom. Oh, girl. All our parents fucked up, but your life is your life now. So you don't have to stay a product of your environment. You need to practice change to be changed. She was wrong, and you know that. I know. It sucks that she's the one that said that. It was not your fault. Grandma was wrong. You were a child, for fuck's sake. She was supposed to protect you. I know. And the only way to understand why she didn't, I just had to think, she's not protecting you. She doesn't care. She thinks it's your fault. I know she told my mother. I know my mother had suspicions, and I know she didn't do anything either. So you tell yourself, well, the only reason she would do that is because I'm just not worth it to her. I'm not worth it to anybody. Or maybe she thought I deserved it. Or maybe she thought, well, now, I'm nothing. Like, I saw how she looked at me. She was disgusted by me. And it may have only lasted for a minute, but I saw it. And a part of me always resented her for it. I loved her more than anybody other than daddy. That was a betrayal I didn't get over. I don't know that I ever will. I know that I am the opposite way with my kids. I can still be a bit of a bitch, but not like that. Never like that. She probably felt the same way herself. Who knows if she was molested too? No, I mean, what happened to me was so far beyond just molestation. But no, she was so well protected in her family. That's why Italian families don't really go outside the family. And they were all very well adjusted people. Way more than I was. And they, I don't know, it was a different time. I think she panicked. She didn't know what to do. She was very, very sheltered. So when you don't know, I mean, you fear the thing you don't know about. She had no way of knowing what that entailed or what it felt like or what you went through. So she panicked. And she got angry and she lashed out because, make it go away. So, okay, she did it the only way she knew how. She lashed out at me because I was right there. She couldn't go after him. So if I can't deter it from that end, I'll deter it from this end. I'll shame her into saying no. Yeah, she didn't understand. No was not an option. I had no options, but she didn't get that. And I understand that. Grandma was protecting it. No, she was just unknown. Ignorance makes people react in different ways. Be angry that the adults in your life as a child didn't protect you from being hurt. You were a child, they were the adult. I know. When in reality, pride is the opposite. So being proud would be like a counter. Okay. ZD, no, another B. Another B. I stepped on a B. Noah B, I know on another Discord. Okay. I may have to try Tiger Balm. Add some CBD. Yeah, the CBD lotion is expensive unless you make it yourself. Like I told you, if you get the Ardent, they have like a one that's called Nova. It's much smaller, but it works just as well. It decarbs and then you put the stuff in and it infuses it for you, and it has an internal timer and everything, so you don't burn anything. Nothing's overdone. You can make your own. I tell you, that's what I do. I make my own lotions. I make my own oils. The oils work better than the lotions. I just use MCT oil. You can put it in your food. You can make it into a tincture, make it into butter. You could, like, I won't recommend the milk, but you could make it into a tincture that you can pour into the milk. But yeah, no, you can make your own a lot cheaper than that shit that they all sell. They just, ugh. Yeah, Shelly trolls. I work from home and I'm at work, but fuck it, it's Friday. The baby's off to the groomers. I have the hardest time snipping her nails. I just don't try. Oh, does she have black nails? Because those dogs are the hardest. The black nails, you don't see where the vein is. So it's so easy to just like, and you got to get the fucking stick and everything else. I hate that stick. Shelly, you just need some quality vitamin D. Thanks, Harry. Appreciate that. In you. I agree, and I need some too. Oh my God. Girl. Oh, D is not the answer to everything. except when it is. So it's not so much the words, but the source. Yeah. I mean, the word rings in my head. Like my ex-husband, one word just to completely shatter me. Take every little bit of confidence I had left. Because he whittled away at that shit very well for 2 years. And then he just destroyed it in one fell swoop. And then he had complete control over me. I would literally beg for a scrap of positive feedback, attention, anything. Just a little like pat on the head. And I would move mountains to get that pat on the head. And I've never really stopped. I go above and beyond for people. And the more I love them, the more I'm willing to do. The lower on the priority list I put myself. That's who I am. That's not going to change. But when people have access to me, it's easy to get to me. Even when they don't mean it. And I know they don't mean it. I don't know, Shelley, they all sit and talk about things back then. They were great at projecting. I mean, this is a woman who thought that Chinese women had their hoo-ha went side to side instead of front to back. And that they had an easier time delivering children because of it. Why? Because that's what my grandfather told her. She was scandalized that she had to do it doggy style to get pregnant. Because of the way she was like tilted and there was extra skin somewhere inside. And so optimal position was doggy style. That would explain why my mother and uncle are two bitches. But, yep, scandalized. She didn't tell me about that until she got really, really drunk while we were making Christmas cookies and she was drunk on Bailey's Irish cream because I wasn't paying attention. She drank the whole fucking bottle. And I was just like, this is a woman who rarely fucking drank. She would have something with dinner. That was it. And she was so sauced. Oh my God. And I'm just like, I'm looking at my mother going, she's trying to fry this shit. Like, she's going to wear that oil. Like, we're going to wind up in the hospital with a drunk, burned up, like, needs a skin graft grandma. Like, can we stop her now? No, we just stopped fucking frying. She was like, all right, on to the baking. It was like, we went from making, like, fried pastries to doing the cookies. There was no stopping her, even drunk off her ass. I once tied a red ribbon around your grandfather's, around his prick. That's what she called it. Around his prick, and I put a bow on it. Okay. Another time I took a dollar bill, and when he was sleeping, I rubbed it underneath his balls and underneath his prick. And then I gave him the dollar and made him go play a number for me with that dollar, and I won. Oh, oh God. She was very, very, I don't know. It's really hard to explain her because she never left the house. I don't remember her ever leaving the house except to go to dinner with the family every once in a while, go to my uncle's house to take care of his kids. And she dragged my ass with her and we didn't go anywhere. Occasionally to go to like Caldor with me and my mother. That was it. That was her big outing. And to the bank. She didn't even go into the gas station. She used to send me. I think she went into that gas station 5 times in the 50 years that it was open. Well, 45 years. She never left the house. People didn't come over to hang out with her. Like vendors and customers came over to have coffee with Kate, but they would tell her stories. They weren't having these kind of conversations. Oh, you know what I heard? It was all gossip time. They would come by and give her all the gossip, or they would tell her their problems and ask for her advice. She was very sheltered, Very, very sheltered. Stupidly so. I came home from, I had gone out with, I was on a date. I came home at like 1:30 in the morning, 2 in the morning. And I mean, I waited till I put Katie down. She went to sleep. I got up, I got dressed and I went on my date. I came back and I walk in the door and I'm starving because like we went to go do all this fucking movie shit. And we played mini golf and whatever. And I was just like, I just want to fucking go home. And all right, so that was Dougie. And that was like the whole, okay, guess what? You can't protect me. You're my height. Stop it. Like, I can take you down. I told him, charge at me. If you could knock me off my feet, I will fuck you right here, literally right here. So he came at me with all he had. And all he did was wind up on the floor. And I stood there braced. Like, what was that? I was like, I didn't even feel it. Like, what happened? He had no idea. He was like, how the fuck? Because I learned how to play football, motherfucker. Like, you ain't coming at me. But yeah, I went home that night. I was hungry. And I remember opening the refrigerator door and I was reaching in to get a chicken cutlet that she had made earlier. And I hear, huh? I was like, oh, fuck. She comes out, Hoa, you got who is ours? And I was like, okay. And I was like, I'm the only hooer I know who ain't fucking nobody, but whatever. What'd you say to me? Nothing, Graham. I didn't say nothing. Michelle, I can't believe the way your life went, what you did with it, and your luck. You better watch what you do. I mean, only you. Your luck, you get pregnant the first time you have sex. I said, what? She said, you would get pregnant the first time you have sex. I said, whose first time was that? I was like, whose first time? Not me. She was like, oh, you had sex before that? I was like, I'm going to bed. Nope, not catching me out there. Fuck you, lady. Nope. No. You want to think I had sex for the first time at 20? You knock yourself out. You go on thinking that. You would get pregnant the first time you have sex. Bitch, who are you talking to? Me? No. No. I'm sorry, but it still tickles me. My family is so stupid. They accuse me of being on drugs when I'm not on drugs. When I am on drugs, they don't fucking notice. They accuse me of being a whore, even though I'm not seeing anybody. I'm not doing anything. I'm home at a decent hour, except that one fucking night. And I work full time and I take care of my kid. I'm not out banging anybody. And it's like, oh, you who? All right, whatever. And then thinking, you're a whore, but you got pregnant the very first time you have sex at 20. What are you people smoking? I don't get it. God, it makes no sense. They were just all over the place. Oh, you're always going around. You're always doing this. No, I'm not. I'm always home. What the fuck? When am I out? I have all the friggin' I'm on the computer and I got the baby. Where am I going? You're always out every night with the baby. Well, where do you go? For a fucking walk. She's in a goddamn carriage. Where am I going to go? What do you think? I'm pulling up to a hotel like, hey, you got an extra room for the kid? This way, she don't bother me. No. Well, who are you going out with? Well, I don't know. The same person that picks me up every day and you watch us as we're leaving. Lisa? Do you think I'm having sex with Lisa? Because she's really not my type. And she's just like, oh, you would say that. You get that sense of humor from your lesbian friends. I told you they like to recruit. Oh, God. Now, if she was alive today, I'd be eating crow. Because she'd be like, I told you they like to indoctrinate people. I told you they're always trying to initiate people. They want you to come over to their side. They make it look so good. They make it sound so good. It's the same shit, different day. I'm like, when she met Christine, she said, "It's such a shame." I was like, "What's a shame?" She said, "She's so pretty. It's such a shame. It's wasted." I was like, wait a minute. So she's supposed to be an ugly lesbian? Like all lesbians have to be ugly because otherwise it's a shame? She was like, yeah. Totally made sense to her. Absolutely 100% made sense to her. To me, I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I mean, I didn't say that because I like my teeth, but I was like, are you kidding me? And she's like, no, why? You're not like one of them. I would never speak to you. I was like, oh, there goes that. Because in my family, it wasn't, oh, I'm going to come out and everybody has to accept it or poor as me. No, if I knew you weren't going to accept it, I shut the fuck up about it. It's my business anyway. You don't need to know. It's not like I'm going to bring one home. God, I didn't want to bring anybody home. They were fucking vicious in my house. But yeah, hang out with all those lesbians. How many do you think there's like a clutch of lesbians that are just hanging around going, go get her? Like, and I would have these conversations with her and she'd go ahead, you make fun. You make fun, you bastard. You make fun. But I know, I watch the news. I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. Not that I'm not thinking then that the news is full of shit or whatever. I'm just like, whatever. But at that time, the news was very anti-gay. They were very, no, they're not, they can't have this. They can't, even in my town, like with the Dems is like, hardcore as they were, they did not like the lesbian community. Gay men, they didn't even acknowledge they existed. But lesbians, oh no. They were like, they're coming for your women. She was convinced. I was like, I told my mother with that. I was like, I think Grandma thinks I'm a pussy hit list or something. Like, it's weird. She was like, why you gotta talk like that? Why you gotta talk like that, Michelle? Don't say those things. Your grandmother's just looking out for you. Why when I talk like my mother, it sounds like I had a tracheotomy. Ugh. Now I know I'm tired and punchy. All right. To protect them, not talking about the thing. It's so confusing, fucked up in our 50s. Yep. And don't forget, these were, whatchamacallit, the grandparents. I was just trying to think of what generation they were. I've heard of the magic butter maker. That it's so messy. I had a couple different ones. The Ardent is just one cylinder, and there's a silicone sleeve. You slide right into it. It's fitted, and you do everything right inside the sleeve, so you don't really have to like deep clean or whatever. You could do the oil. You could do the butter. It all goes in there. There's no mess, no nothing. It's got a simple little top on it. Look it up. ARDENT. They are not sponsors, although I love it. I love the Ardent. I really do. And when mine broke, and I called them and I sent them an email and said that it broke. I wasn't really expecting like rapid, like whatever. They called me right away. And what does it sound like? What happened? And all right. So we're going to email you a printing label. Just print it out, tape it to the box, bring it to UPS. They're going to scan it. You send us a screenshot of the scan, and we'll send you the coupon for a brand new one. And that's what they did. They sent me a brand new one, and then their thing got messed up, and I wound up getting another one. I got another one for free, and they were like, "I don't have any record of you getting a second one sent out, congratulations." I was like, "No, I feel bad." They were like, "Don't. It's fine." Just trust me, it's fine. But no, they were super sweet, and they were really good customer service. I mean, definitely worked out in my fucking favor. I hate to say it, but then nothing is going to change. Well, I know. Yes, and she's a tiny Shih Tzu. She's half Shih Tzu, long-haired Chihuahua. Looks like a smaller, full-bred Shih Tzu. She's black and white, has black nails. Yeah, the black nails are what does it. You need to put the oxygen mask on you first. Well, I mean, I'm still here. So, I mean, this is the best I could do. Behind again? Why you two? Why? Well, because of things. I'm 10 minutes behind. It's not that bad. Hey, I might try that. Can't come here. Uh-oh. You need the vitamin D. If I had it on hand or, anywhere else. I went out to eat last night and ordered fried grits. Fried grits? I was curious. Oh, shit. They were so spicy and good. Huh. They were like potato pancakes, but with buttery grits, jalapenos, and Kate. Oh, that sounds good. You got me looking at my George Foreman grill like, should I do it? I might. Go figure she never left the house and no one waved a finger at her saying you have mental issues. We need to stop listening to all this shit from others. I think we're making issues worse. Yeah, well, I swear, woman, you are something else. I came in saying I'm lurking and looking me. I stopped what I was doing to chat. I'm sorry, Zeddy. Gotta get things done. Going back to lurk mode. Have a great weekend, y'all. You have a wonderful weekend, honey. Speaking of the weekend, Saturday night will be Winning Reality at 9:00, I believe. I think he does 9:00 on Saturdays. I'm pretty sure. I know I'm tired. Give me a break. Give me a break, Gwen. He hopefully will do an interview with somebody that he's really excited to do an interview with. I hope that pans out for him, that it works out. Otherwise, he'll come up with something fun to do. He'll have funny videos and we'll watch, animal things, and he'll do the good news. Good news of the week. Oh, I love that. T-Rex has boobies. T-Rex. Oh, wait. They asked me to do something before and I didn't do it. There we go. I hope Lass is around.
I deserve good things. I am entitled to my share of happiness. I refuse to beat myself up. I am an attractive person. I am fun to be with. Because I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, and doggone it, people like me.
There you go. But now, T-Rex sent a super chat. He said for $4.99 super chat, thank you very much for that. Hello, hello, hello. I just woke up. I'm glad I could make it for some of the show. Hope everyone has a fun weekend. Super Bowl Sunday this weekend. Yes, it is Super Bowl Sunday this weekend. And then the 12th is apparently, Tommy's hearing. So there's that. So we'll see how that goes. I really, really, really hope he stays in jail. I really, really, really do, because I really don't feel like having him arrested when he comes here. And I will. And what else? Oh, just remember, everybody out there listening, there will be a Wednesday stream here. And I want you to bring your best and worst Valentine stories. I will tell you some of mine. They were horrific. I have some good ones, but I have mostly just, you wouldn't even believe it. But they're hilarious. So we're going to have fun on Valentine's Day. Bring your stories. Please bring your stories. Because I am going to want to laugh the whole fucking morning. And trust me when I tell you, some of mine you're going to be like, what the fuck? I know. So let's have some fun that day. I'm all caught up. All right. Hello, G. So I'm all caught up. What I am going to do is I am going to open up the live. Let's see if I do this right this time. Right now, streaming software. Come on. Because I freaking forgot before. Let's see if it picks it up. YouTube likes to be asshole. I don't want that one. Why won't it? All right. YouTube, why are you being asshole? YouTube is asshole. I want to redirect to Dart, damn it. Nah, it won't let me. Did I do it wrong? No, it's not connecting to the. God damn it. Done. Manage. Is that the one? Yay! Okay, there it is. Woohoo! Live chat. Wait. Of course, when you my children and dogs, the dog vomited. He had stage fright. He's like, oh my God, that bitch mentioned me. He's like, don't talk about me on stream. I'm shy. T-Rex, fun fact, I've never had a girlfriend on Valentine's Day. I've had a few girlfriends before, just never in a relationship on Valentine's Day. That's weird. That's so weird. But maybe a blessing in disguise because you couldn't fuck it up if you can't do it. Fuck it. Valentine's Day is way too much pressure. There's just way too much pressure. There he is. Okay. So redirect and save. Alrighty. Does anybody know if he actually went live? Because this is Darth. I don't think that he would not be, today of all days because Divinity's at. No, he's live. Alrighty. So what I am going to do is I'm going to end the stream and redirect you guys over to him. So I am only going to play a very... I'll play my outro. It's only a minute and a half. So I'm going to play the outro, run and pee, and I'm going to direct you over there. You guys have a wonderful weekend. Winning has winning Saturday night, 9:00. It'll be a fun time. Be there, be square. He's a good time. And then Sunday we have the old school watch party. We start on YouTube and then go Rumble. We watched an old documentary. I don't remember what this one is on. I honestly don't. I know it's a whole new kind of series thing, and I know I'm supposed to remember it, but I don't. I just fucking don't. Let's see. God. And he didn't put a thumbnail up for it. So I don't know what it's going to be about. But it'll be fun. I promise. It's always a good time. Let's see. I'm going to head out for the day. Ellie, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. I love you, girl. I love all my chat. Chat is good. Chat is wise and chat knows all. And I love my chat. Thank you for indulging me today. It was a lot. I know. But, we end on a good note. And if all else fails, just remember Mimsy says, I like facials. That's my girl. Embrace that shit. I love you all. Have fun over at Darts. See ya.
Jersey girl, I know that you're a Jersey girl inside. 4 a.m. at a diner, stop singing, living on a
And doggone it, people like me.
I'm thinking maybe you're a Jersey girl with all those highlights in your hair. No other girl can move like you. We pump our fists and right, it's true. And I don't care what they might say, they'll never get us anywhere.
met a girl from Jersey. She was looking so fine with her hips so curvy. I wanna over down to Seaside Heights and a boardwalk fight at the end of the night. Hey, hold up, got a situation, got a condensation from the girl's gyration. She's hot like the girl next door with a tig gold bitties that I can't ignore.
Who the fuck starts a conversation like that? I just sat down.
I'd be